Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good? What's good with you? What's good? What's good? What is good? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. Right? I'm trying to figure out if and when. Hey, salute to King Jerry. Danny Landis is in the building. What's good? I'm trying to figure it out, man. I'm trying to figure it out. Right? I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know. I can't tell if and when the Knicks are the the sweethearted, clumsy doctor, or when they are the psychotic killer. And I know y'all like, oh boy, it's story time, man. Uncle Freezy, where you going with this? Nah, this one is easy. I can't tell if and when the Knicks are the clumsy doctor or if they're the psychotic killer. I can't figure it out. Delano Steele was good. Hey man, it was something. It's something to what you said. I don't care what people say, dog. I'm with you. I saw the officiating last night. Dripmore is in the building. Yo, listen to me. Listen to me. Don't draw your own conclusion yet. Just hear me out, right? Your own a bro, bro. This thing ain't for everybody. We need to sharpen up our skills. Y'all hear me? Listen to me. Listen to me. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Right? Don't assume that you know what I'm gonna say to you. Right? And we need to get our energy up. Hinton Murphy, what's good? What's good, bro? What's good? What's good? Man, hear me out, man. Hear me out on this. For real. I don't know if we're the driven, passionate doctor or the psychotic killer. Yo, I'm blocking the duck. He probably mad too. He probably ready to talk greasy to me. But I mean, I don't know. So I don't know, right? Oh, so I don't know if this Knicks team is the doctor by day or the psychotic killer by night. Stephen Fox was good, right? And I know that if you grew up in the New York metropolitan area and ever had an English literature class, you know the reference I'm making. I don't know if this team is Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. I don't know if this team is Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde, right? I don't know which is which. What I do know is offensively, this team only has a few bullets, right? Offensively, I don't know. I know one thing for sure. This team has limited offensive bullets, right? Coffee is terrible, but it's exactly what I need right now. I don't know if this team is Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. And I don't know what night this team is going to be Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. And I think the scary thing is not that is not the scary thing about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is that the main character is Mr. Hyde is Mr. Hyde forcing himself to be Dr. Jekyll during the daytime. That is freaky. That's scary. Right? When you first read it, when you first think about the story, you think it's Dr. Jekyll, something happening to Dr. Jekyll at night, turning him into Mr. Hyde, right? No. This team, this team, this team, man, is scary in a sense where they're always just like the worst case scenario in the story, where this team is always Dr. Jekyll, like the team is I'm sorry, this team is actually Mr. Hyde, forcing themselves to be Dr. Jekyll during the daytime. The Stone Cold Killer forcing themselves to be the innocent doctor during the daytime, which is strange. Strange. Jamie Peralta was good. White Falcon 44 was good. Was good. Was good. This team is Jekyll and Hyde, right? And y'all are like, well, if only such and such goes a such and such way, the team will be such. No, no. This team wants to be Mr. Hyde full time, but they're forcing themselves to split time with Dr. Jekyll, right? It's like the Batman analogy we talked about. I talked about the other night with Kevin Kev W. When Kev W was saying, "Well, Bruce Wayne turns into Batman at night," and I was telling him, "No, that's not the story. The story is Batman is the dominant character, is the dominant personality, and he forces himself to be Bruce Wayne because he has accomplished certain things in life. Batman would legit walk around in that suit 24/7 if he could, but he can't. Jamie Peralta says, "Hey, Tibbs getting out coached. Yup. RJ getting no touches. I no, I ain't gonna go that far." And Junior's left 17 seconds. Well, I don't know, man. Anybody in here with the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Um, um, it's a masterpiece, man. Right? Don't watch the movie. Read the book. Read the book, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Because if you go by cliches and things of that sort, you'll think it's one versus the other until you get into the book and you start realizing like patterns and behaviors and some that are predictable and some that are wildly unpredictable. You get to a sense where it's like you realize the dominant personality is actually Mr. Hyde, right? Right? It's the same thing with this team. This team does not have. Okay, so well, I won't lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm gonna be real. I think the Dr. Jekyll personality for this team is Julius Randle and others. Right? It's Julius Randle and others. Dr. Jekyll, like the nice guys, they want to do certain things, whatever. But there is a Mr. Hyde element that you can't get away from. You notice it often, right? There is a Mr. Hyde element to it, and you see it. Half-hearted defense, wild created 3-point shots. Um, you see it. You see it. I mean, you see it. The team is legit Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Julius Randle is Dr. Jekyll. Oh, this coffee is terrible. Good Lord, man. Burger King, y'all got to do better. But it is doing the job, though. Oh my gosh, this coffee is whack. Tastes burnt. And not dark roasted either. I'm talking about like been in a coffee pot for a long ass time burnt. Not take it out of the pack, dark roast. You can smell it. You know what I'm saying? No, not not that. I'm talking about burnt, bro. Burnt. This team is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And I know what y'all are gonna say. Oh my God, Uncle Freezy, you always come up with these storylines and blah blah blah, and the analogies are cool and all type of stuff. But I'm telling you, you can't play down to certain opponents and then play up to certain opponents. You can't. The Knicks don't have a switch that they can flip. Golden State legit gave us their best shot in the beginning of the game. When the score was 49-48, I was like, okay, Golden State came out and punched us in the face and saw us still standing there and were ready to fold in the game on the road. They legit gave us their best shot. They're ready to pack it in. They're like, okay, we're just going to come out here and show you what we got. And they did. Right? And he did. And he did. Right? Golden State legit came out. Golden State legit came out, gave us their best shot. They punched us in the lip. You know, they punched us in the lip. And after they saw we weren't gonna fold, they were ready to fold. But you know what though? The Dr. Jekyll came out of us. Right? The Dr. Jekyll, the Mr. Hyde came out. No, we'll never play um consistent basketball. We'll always be the shady character. Mwahahaha. Right? I mean, come on. Right? The Knicks are legit Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde at the same time. Wayne Peterson. The Knicks are legit Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde right now. And did Tibbs do a terrible job last night? Yes. Did Tibbs get circles coached around him? Yes. You saw the defensive game plan straight away. The defensive game plan was don't let Draymond Green facilitate, sag off of him, sag into passing lanes, make Draymond Green shoot. You saw that right away. You saw it. The game plan was don't let the game plan was press up on Steph Curry, and let Draymond Green and sag off Draymond Green and let Draymond Green shoot. Frederick, what's good? Tibbs, a word of advice to you. You have 15 guys at your disposal. You don't have to use the same 10 guys, right? This is dumb as hell. Tibbs, I'm talking to you. This is dumb as hell, man. You don't have to use the same 10 guys. For the love of Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike, Tom Thibodeau, you don't have to use the same 10 guys. It's the reason why you carry 15. Or last night you carried 14. Tom Thibodeau. When you keep getting the same result over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, try something different, Tom Thibodeau. You owe it to the Knicks fans. This ain't about you and your win-loss record. The name on the front of the shirt doesn't say Thibodeau. It says New York. It says Knicks, Tom Thibodeau. Kaiser Salsa, what's good? What's good? What's good? Tom Thibodeau is legit. Tom Thibodeau is legit getting out coached versus certain coaches. And look, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm not saying Tom Thibodeau is a bad coach. Every coach gets out coached occasionally. Tom Thibodeau, it's time to review yourself though. It's time for some introspection. Kaiser Sose, what's good? Kaiser Sose profile picture look legit like the Green Mile. Kaiser Sose, are you the Green Mile? No, are you the Green Mile, Kaiser Sose? I look at Kaiser. Look at Kaiser Sose profile picture. I ain't gonna lie to you though. I used to be the Red Mile a few years ago, like 6'5.5", like 344. I used to be the Red Mile. All I wanted to do was lift weights and play video games. That's all I did every day. Julian Blum, what's good? Frederick, what's happening? We need to get this energy up in here, man. We need to get this energy up in here. Christoph, what's good? Christoph, thanks for the super chat. What up, Uncle Freezy? Can't beat the refs and the Warriors. They are terrible this year. Hey, Christoph, you got a point. I want to get to that too. Kaiser Sosa, you know I'm messing around, man. But for real though, with me, I was legit like at one point all I wanted to do was lift and play video games. That was years ago. Years and years ago. CP the artiste. What's good? CP the artist went on that one date and now he don't want to show up in the video chat no more. Amen. CP the artist. I see you. Shout out to CP the artist, man. Yo, shout out to CP the artist. Um for doing it for doing this thing, man. Shout out to CP. White Falcon says we have to put Randle at the small foot and albeit no. White Falcon. Get off that. Randle at 254 pounds is not a small forward. Is not a small forward. No. Why are you gonna put a dude 254 at small forward and a dude that's 219, 220 at power forward? Hey, Jamie Peralta says, Tibbs is legit costing us games with his stubbornness. Yes, I'm telling you, that is what is happening. Reggie Bullock and Alec Burks are legit shooting us out of games. Right? Let me check something real quick. Let me search ESPN. Let me see. ESPN, where are you? NBA scores. Box score. Reggie Bullock last night was 2 for 6. Alec Burks was 3 for 10. Altogether, that's 5 for 16. 5 for 16. CP the author says Tibbs is pissing me off. If Burks and Bullocks are this trash, why not play Frank and Knox? He had old man Knicks last night. Right. Together, the dudes were 5 for 16, right? And don't tell me about defense. Don't tell me. Don't start talking to me about defense because I don't want to hear it. Don't come at me with well. Don't come at me with they played good perimeter D when Ken Bazemore had 9 points, Kelly Oubre had 19 points, Andrew Wiggins had 16 points, Steph Curry had 37 points. Don't talk to me about them playing no defense. I don't want to hear it. Don't talk to me about what they bring defensively when we're getting roasted on the perimeter. Roasted. All right. Lily Phillips was good. Keyshawn was good. Wacko Knicks Fanatic was good. I see you, boy. Don't talk to me about Reggie Bullock and Alec Burks playing defense. I don't want to hear it. Your case is whack. Stats say that we're getting killed with them two dudes on the floor. Steph Curry going off for 37. Andrew Wiggins had 16. Kelly Oubre had 19. Some dude I ain't never even heard of put up numbers against us. Kent Bazemore. Kent Bazemore had 9 points against us. Don't tell me that they're out there for defense. Y'all be killing me. Y'all be killing me in the chat, in the virtual chat. Y'all like, well, if we don't start Reggie Bullock, who's gonna guard the other team's best player? Really? Really? Reggie Bullock is our defensive stopper. Really? Okay. I need some real strong evidence. I need some real strong evidence that Reggie Bullock is a defensive stopper. Because the case right now is trending against that point. You have an all-star in Julius Randle, and you surround him with some dude named Reggie Bullock. Lily Phillips is talking about let's talk about how trash RJ is. No, we ain't we ain't gonna start RJ bashing. Because RJ Barrett is at least has potential and at least has an arrow trending up. At least you've seen great games from RJ Barrett this season, not last season. This season, you've seen great games from RJ Barrett. And you've seen a lot of bad games, a lot of terrible games from RJ Barrett. But we can attribute that to a learning curve. When you're a 7-year vet, 7 years. When you're a 7-year vet and you go 2 for 6, and the dudes that you guard put up 40 points, that means you're garbage. You're a 7-year vet. Alec Burks is a 10-year. Let me see. How many years has Alec Burks been in the NBA? Let me see if they'll allow me to. How long has Alec Burks been in? Alec Burks has been in the NBA 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wait a minute, no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is Alec Burks. Oh my God. Man, stop it. Stop it. Alec Burks has been in the league 10 years. 10 seasons in the NBA. 10 seasons. And he put up a 3 for 10 being guarded by Andrew Wiggins and Kelly Oubre. Dudes he knows. Oh, this coffee is awful, by the way. Awful. Hey, shout out to the teeny bopper that made the Burger King coffee this morning. You did a spectacularly terrible job, young fella. You did a terrible job. But you don't care because you were probably on TikTok while you were making the coffee, so it don't matter. Lily Phillips says Alec Burks is definitely trash. He is lazy with no hustle. Mm, this coffee is, oh my God. I'm gonna have to brush my teeth in it. Well, I brush them anyway. Like the pearly whites being pearly. But bro, whose ever son that was that made the coffee, y'all need to wake him up on time to get to work. Don't let him oversleep. Coffee burning on the stove top. Yep, that's yeah, yeah. Alec Burks and Reggie Bullock are trash. Leon Rose, what are you doing? Leon Rose, you have one job, and that's to improve this roster. Stop acquiescing to Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau was like, I need another former, player, somebody I can trust. No, Tom Thibodeau, you need to become a teacher. Teach these guys your system and what you want. Then say you need another guy after that. Yeah, hey, Lily Phillips, I agree with you. This is our point. The point I'm making is, and Tom Thibodeau's rush to accumulate W's, everybody is collateral damage. It don't matter. In his rush to accumulate W's, everybody is collateral damage. Everybody. And if you can't help with the win now, you're in the way. Kevin Knox, Frank Ntilikina, R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, Mitchell Robinson. Oh my God, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Casey and JoJo. That, that coffee is terrible. That coffee is terrible. I feel like a glutton for punishment. Like I'm begging to be punished by continuing to drink this coffee. Yo, there's a Raphael sighting. Let's see what Raphael has to say. Raphael says, "Where is 19 Conman NYC 84 so I can read his comments over everybody?" No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Hey, Raphael, believer of the God of Moses and Elijah, says it's not like the Knicks Nation wanted Gordon Hayward or Bogdan Bogdanovich 18 million all. Knicks Nation was happy in the offseason that we didn't upgrade or overspend and all. Yep. That is sarcasm, by the way. Y'all were like, no, Gordon Hayward, $30 million a year. No. Yeah. So now you have Reggie Bullock. How's that working out for y'all? I'm frustrated, man. Alec Burke, all these guys, they had us fooled. They had us hoodwinked, bamboozled, run amok, led astray. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. Yeah, yeah, yeah. These vets, they come in and they have that one great game in the beginning, and then they play like trash for the rest of the season. And we're like, oh yeah, in the beginning, like, Oh yeah, man. Reggie Bullock is good. Wrong. Oh yeah, Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers is great. You see that game against Utah? Ever since then, wrong. Oh, Alec Burke was shooting 50% from three in the beginning before he got hurt, but now that he's back, he's no, wrong. What's good, Free Keith? Free Keith, I don't feel like arguing today. I don't. I don't feel like arguing today. Paris Duggar, their salary tells a true story, though, Uncle Freezy. Yes. Yo, legit. I'm like, yo, these salaries, I got them. We got Alec Burke and Derrick Rose and all these guys out of the bargain bin. And God damn it, they play like it now. They play like it. They play like it right now. Sorry about cussing. Chris Chang, what's good? I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Chris Chang looked like one of my battle buddies from Basic Training. Keyshawn says that Aaron Jones is whack. No, I'm kidding. Keyshawn says we played a better team. Cornerstone.
What's up, Unc? How you feeling, good, man? How you feeling?
Yo, let me. So first of all, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm pissed off, man.
At the loss.
I'm pissed off, right?
I know. Let me give you some trivia. Every time. What's up, Free Keith? How you feeling, baby?
What up?
Every time one of our all-stars, the night that the announcers announce one of our players going to the all-star game, we always lose.
Oh, wow.
And this goes back to when Ewing, Starks, and Oakley, all three of them made the all-star team the same night.
1994.
Yeah. And we lost that game to Golden State. That was when Latrell was cooked on us. Latrell and Chris Mullin. So it was kind of, and I knew last night, that we were in real trouble in that third quarter. And I told Sim last night. I told Sim and I told Ron.
Hey, shout out to Sim Russell, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the man. But I told him, I said I would have kept Randle and Peyton in because they were both cooking, and taking out the other three because the other three were awful last night. Trash. I would have just left Peyton and I would have just left Randle in there and replaced him with Rose. Taj Gibson, as undersized as Taj Gibson is, he still gives out that effort. And then I guess
Taj Gibson is washed.
He made me wash, but he gives out more heart than
he's washed. He's washed, but it's sad you saying he's washed, but he's still one of our more serviceable bigs.
Yes, absolutely.
So I don't dispute that.
He helped us win that last game.
Yeah,
that one play on Karl Anthony Towns.
And again,
nobody else was holding down Karl Anthony Towns.
No,
he just went and decided to take over the game.
Yeah, and again, who were we robbed again? Again, who robbed us?
Why Alpha is always so positive? I'm trying to figure that out.
Who?
I'm saying why are Alphas always so positive? Is that an organizational thing? Or do they just pick those type people? I can't figure out. I don't know if it's the chicken or the egg.
We got to be positive, bro.
We got to be positive. Yo, man, the refs screwed us again last night. The refs screwed us again.
We can't. We got to stop blaming the refs. Like, yeah,
we got to stop blaming the refs, but eye test still tells you that some of these calls are ridiculous, Freaky. You got to admit that. You got to admit that.
I agree with you, Cornerstone. I agree with you, but like,
I mean, I know we can't use it as an excuse.
Game after game, we talk about refs. Like in a close game,
yeah,
I can see what you're saying, and like, yeah, the refs, the refs. But like games like this game and the game we had last against Minnesota, like when we got 21, we got a 21-point lead.
We let go of the rope. We let go of the rope.
What we don't have, and I've been saying this for so long, yo, like we are doing great on the defense. Like we are a top defensive team, and it's awesome. That is what's keeping us in any kind of a mix. Like our offense is so inconsistent.
We don't have a closer. We don't have a closer.
And like the only consistent, you can't come into a game. You have to come into a game at least kind of reasonably expecting what at least like 3 cats are going to give you. You have to be able to consistently depend on like, okay, like Randle is giving me 20 to 25 points. You know you getting that. And he's going to give me between like 9 and 13 rebounds. Like, you know what you're getting. Like RJ is the number 2 option. I know it's
suppose it.
I know it's his second year. I know blah blah blah. But he's obviously the number 2 option. I'm not a proponent of trying to get rid of him or trade him or this.
Right.
If we are critiquing the now of it all, like our second option can give us 9 points or 20 or 29 points. Like we don't know what RJ is giving us every night, and that is a problem.
He is Mr. Hyde. Now I'm gonna put Free Keith on the I'm gonna put him in the spotlight. Gun to your head. If we can get Bill and we got to give up,
don't do this to me. Don't do this.
You gonna do it? Come on, do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put you on the spot because we need a closer.
No,
we need a closer.
You know what? But
my thing about pricking up Beal, I'm gonna say this. If it was, I want Beal.
Yes,
I really enjoy Beal on this team.
Yeah,
but if it was like, if I'm being honest, if it was a blanket trade like RJ for Beal, cool. I think I'd be with it. It's more so for me the other stuff that will have to go in a Beal trade.
Free Keith, I'm gonna give them RJ. I'm gonna give them Knox. I'm gonna give them Ntilikina.
Okay.
I'm gonna give them some draft picks.
Yes,
that's more than enough.
This is the issue that I have. Like, it comes down to those. Like, I'm not mad at the personnel that's gonna have to go. I'm not really because even if like RJ does turn into a star, I'm not mad at losing that for Beal. Cool. You know what I'm saying? And Knox and Frank, that's a wash. Whatever.
Yeah.
But those picks, man. If we could get away,
I want those picks too. I know where you're getting at with that. I know exactly where you're getting at with that.
Like, I know it sounds stupid, like, but like there's something in me that says that those picks, man, like
especially Well, here's the thing:
if we could make it like picks from like 222 and on, I mean, then maybe
I'm not giving that Dallas pick.
I'm not
giving that Dallas pick. That Dallas pick is off the table. That Dallas pick is off the table.
You either get those Dallas picks or you get RJ. Like,
what's up, G.I.? What's up, G.I.?
G.I.
Man, I'm loving those bow ties, man. I love those bow ties.
Look at my man. Fresh, dressed like $1 million.
Like $1 million.
All the balance in the library socks. Stepped out the house.
Oh no. Hey, G.I.
Makango. Oh, I forgot about him.
G.I. You're going to have some competition next Wednesday. I got to go to a wedding down in Orlando. You're going to have a competition. I'm going to tell you right now. You're going to have a competition.
Here's
I
the
just
problem,
got
Corner Stone.
I just went out and got
competition.
I
This is
went
an
out and got
everyday thing for me.
I know.
Yeah.
I went out and got a suit from Macy's, man.
Yes,
G.I. is gonna have.
Cornerstone competing. Ghetto intellect just living his life.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, little do people know, GI is gonna have some competition when they start seeing Knicks freestyle. When they start seeing Knicks freestyle, GI is gonna have competition.
Oh yeah, because I'm definitely it's going down.
Hey, GI, just to give you a hint.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's
what you call healthy competition, though.
Healthy,
right. No. This is straight up jealousy. What I'm saying, this is straight up jealousy. I looked at my wardrobe Saturday, and guess what I did?
What you do?
I went shopping. Surprise! Surprise!
Yeah. I went to Macy's. I was rocking all my Knicks gear and everything, and went to Macy's, and I had to get a suit, man. You don't like it. You don't like it.
Yeah. When people see Knicks freestyle,
yeah.
Surprise! They are in for a shocker of a lifetime.
Yeah, I hear you.
But hold on, I might have to. My connection a little weird. Give me 1 sec. Let me do a refresh.
All right, cool.
Oh, he better not go. He better
back to RJ though.
He better not go and put on something else. Because if he come out with a different outfit,
yeah. It's going to
wardrobe change. Wardrobe.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. So what are you saying, Freaky?
Back to this RJ thing though, man. Like, not even like to me. I'm like, this is the part of the season, and it's funny because I feel like this is the part of the season every year that we like. This is when we start to see the real Knicks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And this is a good year, though. This is a good season.
This is a great.
I feel like right now these games, where like as the whole league is getting better, like including us, but like now you're starting to see the real teams, like the real the what people really got, like where they consistent, like where they've been working to consistency wise, and I feel like where our defense is holding up, like it's obviously not a fluke. Like that was the thing that, you know what I'm saying, that propelled us through the first half of the season. And it's obviously our thing. I feel like it's coming up more and more that the offensive holes that we have.
They need a second scorer in there. They need a second scorer in there.
RJ is great when he's great, and I love him. Like, but like he's
so what's the problem? Yeah, I agree with you. What's the problem?
I mean, it's a second year. I expect some inconsistency.
Oh, that's whack.
Like some inconsistency, but like the man goes from like 4, like you'll get 10 for 20 one night, and then you'll get 4 for 18 another night. You get like it's like you can't solidly depend on like you know what I'm saying, like
but Free Keith, but when he does that though, his shooting does not define RJ Barrett. When RJ Barrett's shot is not going, he does other stuff. Let me see. I bet you he did something last night.
I mean,
I saw him dribble. I saw him on the fast break.
He got 10
dribble
rebounds
into
last time, I think.
10 rebounds. I saw him on a fast break, dribble into traffic, and lose the ball.
Yeah, like dog, like the same issues that Catch was having with Randle last season.
Yeah, he's doing the same thing.
And nobody not saying it. Like, you're like, pass out of a triple team, bro.
Yes.
Pass out of it.
And you don't go into the paint when you got 4 people there on a fast break. You dribble it out.
I saw it one time. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, okay, maybe he just didn't notice it or this, that. Like, yo, like he's constantly charging into 4-on-1.
Yes, 4-on-1. Yes.
Like, okay, he's doing this to collapse the defense and he's gonna pass out. No, he's trying to get the bucket, dude. Like, you're not playing like basketball.
I know Burks and I know Rose was open one time when he did that, and he didn't pass the ball to him.
It's the same exact thing that Cats had the problem with Randle for last season. Same exact thing.
Right. I feel you. I feel y'all on that. I can't defend that. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
When you gonna get flowers, you get flowers. When You get flowers for playing great. You get weeds for playing sorry.
And for all the fans out there, this is not a like get rid of RJ.
No, hell no, no.
This is a critique of a basketball game that we just had. So relax, okay?
Yeah.
Like it's not about getting rid of RJ. It's about critiquing failings. That's
all
it.
Right. Hey, so y'all. So I understand where y'all coming from. I need a break. Y'all check this out.
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speak in the gulp.
Man, so I needed that break. Y'all was killing me on that. I needed a blow. Okay.
Let me get my thing off because I got a little different perspective. And you know me, I'm quick and to the point.
Yeah, because you're the intellect. Because you got the intellect.
No. Just because
I'm man, get off this man's nuts. No.
I'm just going by his name, man. He is the intellect.
It's a noun and an adjective at the same time.
Yes, sir.
Here's the issue, guys. At the end of the day, we don't bring this name up, and I hate to bring it up. But at the end of the day, when Melo left here, smart fans said, you know what? Yeah. When Melo left here, smart fans said, you know what? It's time for Melo to go, but it ain't his fault. It's time for Melo to go. We got to switch it, but it ain't his fault. We didn't surround him with talent. We have another all-star right here, right now, today, coming to work every night, ready to play. He's putting it in. No matter what the coaching situation, no matter he's coming. He said, "I'm here. I'm committed. Let's do this." How long do we wait to put the pieces with or around him? With or around him? Because some people in the chat gonna say you can't build around Julius Randle. I'm not saying that.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't even want to say that because if we put other great all-stars around them, they will figure out the cream will rise to the top and they will prove to those fans. It ain't for me to sit here this morning at 9:40 to determine whether we're building around Julius or building with Julius. That's semantics.
Yeah.
Do we wait 2 or 3 years for the draft picks of next year, for RJ, for anybody, Mitchell Robinson? How long do we wait? How long can we wait to optimize the player Julius Randle right now? That's all I gotta say.
It's frustrating, and again, like to me, my discussion is from game to game. But if we're looking at a big, more holistic picture, I'm giving them this whole season. I'm not going to try to rush RJ off the team or rush Mitch off the team in some erratic move to try to shore up. I do think Randle needs help. Yeah. I think he needs offensive help. I think he needs offensive help at his level. He needs offensive help at his level.
At his level. Not position, at his level.
And it's only like the people on his level on the team, really, in terms of consistency, is him and Rose are the only people at his level. And I'm not talking about points and this, that, and the other. I'm talking about level of basketball player.
Yeah.
He needs more people at his level. He needs more people at his level.
At his level.
And either I might complain or cheer from game to game, but I look at this season as like, okay, are we going to suss out who those players are?
I mean, we should.
Like by the end of this season, I'm hoping RJ proves to be at his level. I'm hoping IQ proves to be at his level. I'm hoping, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't need everybody to be. I mean, it'll be beautiful, but I don't need everybody to be at that level of mature basketball playing. But I need like at least 2 more cats to kind of flourish. Like, we need 3 capable cats at least that we could depend on every night and know what they got, know what they've given us.
Yep.
Okay, so we're talking about 4 months, 5 months. I'm good.
Yeah,
I can wait 4 or 5 months.
4 or 5 months and an off season. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, 4 or 5 months and next off season, I expect us coming into the 21-22 season, looking a lot better. Looking a lot better, whether that be by trade or that be by the increased play of players that we have on the team.
Right.
The reality.
Randle,
the reality of Julius Randle being an all-star hit me last night.
Oh, absolutely.
Because on this show, we have said the media don't like the Knicks. The league don't like the Knicks. If one of our players play, and me too. And then when you said it, you know me, I'm not. If you say something I don't like, Freezy, I'm going to speak back to it. I didn't say nothing. So when you're apathetic, you're guilty to whatever's being said. So I didn't say nothing when you said that because I believe that. Like, I don't ever believe those ping pong balls are going to fall our way until they do.
Never.
But with that said, and I also believe no free agents are walking through that door.
No.
I believe that too.
There are no. Who are the free agents? Who are the free agents y'all want? Like, everybody.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Everybody wants Wallace locked up anyway. Like, so
let me finish.
But let's do it one point at a time. Yeah. Go ahead.
So when I saw, the reality I was saying was, Randle. There's certain things that's been said on this show that I agree with. So last night the reality hit. We have one of the best players that 90% of the league don't have.
Yeah.
We got what other people are looking for.
Right.
And because I used to want to blame Melo. Then I finally said, it's not fair. It's not fair that he got traded here instead of, and Melo's the only example I'm going to use. I could use Patrick Ewing, but I don't want to go back that far. The fans, everybody, no matter your age limit, your age level, you remember Melo. And I sit here and say, had we put more around Melo, we would have been a better team. We won 54 years one year with a band of
54 games, not years.
54 games. I'm sorry. Well, it's been 54 years too, but whatever.
That's a good one. That's a good one. All right.
We can put a team together around this man, with this man right now. So these draft picks, the young players that we're waiting for, I'm with Free Keith. I'll go for 4 months. But this summer, everybody around Randle has to be upgraded. If they don't upgrade, they serve.
Has to be. The front office should get charged with a hate crime. The front office should get charged with a hate crime if we come into the season next year and we still seeing the mediocre play from some of the cats that's on the team right now. Like, next to what this, it's a disrespect to the work that Randle is putting in.
Okay, so now I'm gonna throw a caveat at you.
Hey, Kev, let me talk to things for RJ Barrett first. I want to just tie up some of the topics that we do.
Okay.
So because so here's the thing. Don't come at me, and I know I flip-flop on Bradley Beal, right? So I flopped before, so now I'm flipping on Bradley Beal, right? And yes, I reserve the right to flip-flop because I feel like I'm a reasonable person and supplied with adequate data. I would like to make better decisions if I'm supplied with adequate data, right? So here's the thing with Bradley Beal. Or your CJ McCollum. Or your Zach LaVine. Or your Devin Booker. Don't tell me trade for these guys or one of them at peak market value when we'll be bidding against others when all we have to do is let our Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, Zach LaVine, CJ McCollum get to 90 games played in his career. Right? These dudes legit are on the same pace in career arc, or RJ Barrett is on the same pace in career arc as all those dudes that I just mentioned. Right? But we want to pick our fruit early and give it away and trade our assets for fruit that's ripe. Right? When all we have to do is leave our fruit on the vine and let it get there. Right? We want to pick our fruit early and throw it away and take money and assets from other areas and go buy fruit that's ripe. When all we have to do is wait. Right? So here's the thing with this fruit. We need sustenance in other areas. We need veggies and we need meat. We're focused on the fruits, right? We legit need an upgrade at the point guard position. We need a legit NBA small forward, right? We need a legit NBA small forward. That's what we need, right? We need a center with hands that can play the modern NBA game, right? But we're focused on our shooting guard. Like, let's pluck this fruit off the vine before it's ripe, because we see other teams around the league with fruit that is ripe. RJ Barrett, this fruit needs to ripen, right? And I know y'all are gonna be like, well, we gotta win right now. So if we get Bradley Beal, if we trade away all this stuff, are we legit Eastern Conference Finals contenders in the East? If we get Bradley Beal, hell no.
Why not?
No. So
wait. I'm sorry for jumping in, but if you could just expound on that why not point.
I'm about to. I got a point that I want to get to.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm about to. Right. So if you allow your fruit to ripen, your RJ Barrett, the one you had from day one, you have molded him into the image of what you want your starting shooting guard to be. And you've done that since day one. So RJ Barrett, and I don't care nothing about drafting a guy, him being a lifelong Knick. I don't care nothing about that. That ain't what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is you got him at a point where he was so young.
Super chat.
That you had the opportunity to mold him in the Knicks image, the way you want your two guard to be, right? As opposed to bringing in a 9-year player that's going to have to acquiesce and learn the New York way and try to mold his talents and fit in with other guys in the culture here, right? Some of these guys that I mentioned, they've played for more than one team. Zach LaVine has played for more than one team. So he may be used to making the change, used to making the adjustment, but Bradley Beal has only played for one team his whole career. So the transition may not be as smooth as what we think, right? But it's not a Bradley Beal versus RJ Barrett debate. It's RJ Barrett and all the stuff that you gave up versus Bradley Beal. That's what we're looking at, right? So if it was just RJ Barrett for Bradley Beal, okay, I don't like it, but I can deal with it.
That's what I said earlier.
But if it's a Bradley Beal and 4 first-round picks and Mitchell Robinson and either Emmanuel Quickly or Obi Toppin, now come on, man. Now what are we doing? Now what are we doing? Are we really putting the pedal to the metal, or are we hustling backwards? In that scenario, I think we're hustling backwards. I say what we do is this summer, let RJ progress. That cap space that you have, with all the vets leaving, your Taj Gibsons, your Amari Spellman is coming off the book because he got cut and is no longer here. Your the shooting guard we got from the shooting guard we got from Minnesota in the Ed Davis deal. And shout out to Ed Davis too. Ed Davis is the gift that keeps on giving. Ed Davis might be the Knicks MVP this year because we took on his contract for 2 second-round picks, and then we traded him for a second-round pick. So we got 3 second-round picks for Ed Davis, and he ain't even here. You know what I'm saying?
Because Rose is a capo.
Right. But and so what I'm getting at is let your fruit ripen, right? Because Julius Randle did not come here as an all-star. Julius Randle, and I'm gonna say this, and I know it's gonna put some people back, but Julius Randle was actually developed. I know that's an odd take. I know y'all gonna be like,
it's not an odd take. The problem, Jerezy,
How do you mean he developed? He's over 21 years old.
The problem, Freezy, is though you're saying
like according to Knicks fans, like you can't develop beyond 22.
I understand what you're saying.
That's weird.
And you
That's
can't,
so weird to me.
The concept is weird because you also can't develop guys that came from other teams.
Wow.
Fans.
Wow. Imagine that. Wow, we could have a star on the team that we developed and we didn't draft.
Right.
Wow.
The concept is peculiar.
This opens up a whole new line of thinking for me.
Right. It's like fresh air has entered the room, right?
The problem is this, Freezy, and I hear what you're saying. Nothing you said was technically incorrect, other than you said the Knicks have a style of way. I don't even know if the management knows. And you put me onto this. I listen to what other people say. I take it in and I allowed that to develop my thoughts. I don't even know if the management knew that this was going to be the style of play. I trust that they're smart,
right?
But Tibbs is not bending off the system. So when you say mold RJ into what we want him to be, the players who go out every night are going about the game the same way every night, which is creating normalcy for everybody on this team. And we want some people who knock Tibbs because the guys they like don't look good in this system are saying he's got to change it up. If he changes it up, it'll work for my guy. And Tibbs is looking at you in the eye and saying, I'm the captain now. This is my ship. I am the operations guy. This is my system. In business, leaders develop systems, and they say, if my system is good, you can plug and play in it. If you come into my system and it doesn't work for you, then guess who the problem is on? It's on you and not me. Right. So the problem that RJ has is he has to develop skills that he didn't come out the draft and didn't have through his first 82 games, because I still see RJ as a freshman plus 4 or 5 games.
Right.
Excuse me.
That's what
I don't look at him as a second-year player. I don't. So I'm patient. But the order that's being put on the table for him may not come about for another 2 or 3 years. I doubt it's going to come in 4 months. Can we wait that long? Because you're saying wait for him. How long are you willing to wait, Freezy? At least Free Keith gave it to me. He said 4 months. How long are you willing to wait for RJ?
Hey, so here's the thing. I'm not going to answer your question with a question, but I want to pose a question so you'll understand my line of thinking, right? Out of respect to the question, I'm not going to answer it with another question, right? I'm not going to muddy the waters because that was a good question. But let me ask you this. Do you remember the summer after your freshman year of college? Right? You're no longer a freshman, right? You're like, man, I'm a sophomore. Man, these freshmen coming in here smelling like high school, all kinds of, you know what I'm saying? But dog, you still only finished 1 year of college. You ain't even started your sophomore year yet. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that just because you know what the menu was going to be like on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you get the choice of your dorm room, and you know where all the classes are, and you can direct others that don't have experience, doesn't mean that you're a senior. You're not a junior. You're a freshman plus. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's like when I joined the military. When I joined the military, I went to basic training and I went to all these specialty schools that required me to do stuff that was outside of the norm. Like I was a high school kid, joined the military. Now I'm at airborne school. I'm at basic training. I'm doing recon school. I'm doing all this different stuff, right? But I ain't never even been to battle yet. I just been to all these schools, right? I've been to all of these schools, and I got all these badges on my chest. People see me, they like, "Hey, young fella, look like you've been busy," blah blah blah. And I'm like, "Yeah, I've been to such and such and such and such." And then they'll ask me, they're like, "Hey, you ever slept on the desert floor in the Middle East? You ever laid on your back in the Middle East and looked up at the sky and wondered what everybody back home was doing?" And I was like, "Nah, but I went to all these schools." No, that ain't what I'm talking about. They're like, "Yo, you ever been on the jungle floor when every step you take in this jungle makes a splashing sound? Because the jungle floor is so wet and so damp. It got so many bugs and animals and critters that you got to leave all your stuff sealed up in an airtight bag because the slightest little sliver of dryness, you know what I'm saying, the escape from soaking wet stuff, they're gonna crawl in your stuff." No, Sarge, I ain't never been through that. But I've been to airborne school. No, that don't count. That's what RJ Barrett is right now. See, RJ Barrett ain't never played a high leverage game before. He ain't never been to the playoffs. He ain't never been in a playoff run scenario or whatever. This is the season right here. Coming down the stretch, you'll see RJ Barrett take the next step. Like Freaky said, 4 months. I'm telling you, I'm there in less than that. I'm there in less than that. March and April, you will see RJ Barrett turn the corner. These young star shooting guards turn the corner at the end of year 2. Right, excuse that. I'm sorry. He'll turn the corner at the end of year 2 because all the signs point to it. When you look at your Zach LaVine wasn't here in his second year. Bradley Beal wasn't here in his second year. CJ McCollum definitely wasn't here in his second year. Devin Booker wasn't here in his second year. RJ Barrett is ahead of the curve. And these dudes right now in their career, and they're at different years, but they're averaging like 27, 28, 29, 30 points a game. With the only thing they have on RJ Barrett is a sweet shooting stroke. They don't have RJ Barrett's all around game. They don't rebound like RJ Barrett. They don't defend like RJ Barrett. You've got to give this fruit some time to ripen up on the vine.
Here's the issue I have. And I like when I say I'm giving I want D Rose like moves to happen going forward. Like I don't need any big blockbuster like let's trade for a star. I'm talking about shoring up little things that we need. I'm one of the people that wanted to pick Boogie up from the beginning of the season when he was a free agent. And I am still one of the people that, like, although I would love Drummond, I would rather not have to lose any assets and trade for Drummond and just go and pick up a very cheap Boogie and shore up some of our scoring from the 5 spot. Like, and the reason why I say we don't need to make any big, huge, like earth-shattering Beal or Levine type trades is because like I look at games like the game yesterday, and let's say what's the first game? The first game Derrick Rose played when he came like straight off the plane, and we lost by 1 shot. Who was it we were playing? I don't even know who we were playing, but like both RJ and Randle had bad shooting games. 4 for 18 and 5 for 14, I believe. And we lost by 2 points.
Yep. Miami.
It was Miami. Our number 1 and our number 2 option had were shooting like 20% from 20% that night, and we only lost by 2 points. Man, if they don't go out and get fucking Boogie, I'm gonna be so damn bad, yo. Like even when we do bad, we're not a bad team. Like, we just need a little bit more scoring help.
Right. But
I don't need a big trade to do that. I would love Beal, but I don't need Beal here. I don't need to lose a bunch of assets to get Beal right now. I feel like we can do so much to just like shore up our offense with minimal asset loss. We need to do that.
Hey, forget, but you know what? I think the organization feels like they can get that from RJ. So some deals, like what you say.
What I just said did not require losing RJ. That's what I'm saying. Like,
but I understand what you're saying.
But zero offensive help from our fives, bro. Like, give me a five with a little bit of offense, with a little bit of increased offense, and we got those 5 to 6 points that we need extra every night. That's it. We don't need 20 points. Like, we need somebody to give us 5 to 7 extra points.
I understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is this. Hey, so let me do the super chat real quick. So thank you for the super chat, Christoph. Christoph says Knicks fans are so impatient. People forget RJ should really be in his last year of college. Come on, guys. So no, that's not. So I'm not saying
half the league is
and nobody is. Yeah, and nobody is no. Yeah, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is in certain situations, the juice is not worth the squeeze, right? Like in a Bradley Beal situation, and tomorrow I'll probably be like, yo, we got to trade everything for Bradley Beal. But as of today, I'm saying that I don't know if coming off all those assets is actually worth it. The thing with Boogie, I want to say this and get out of the way, right? The thing with Boogie is, Boogie Cousins is a must sign player. And just real quick, and real quick,
4 to 5 million. Hell yeah, get that man. You don't have to trade no assets, none of your young youth, this, that, and the other. We get those minimal points from a position that we don't get no points from right now at all.
Freaky, but it's not even about that. Hear me out on this. It ain't even about his production on the floor, right? Because in the all right, so this dude talked to me about a success model, right? And so he said, hey, Uncle Freezy, listen, in every success model, you need a gossiper, right? Hey, I want to, before I get into that model, I'm going to reach out and try to get some help from somewhere. I want to try to get some help from somewhere. Will y'all allow me to reach out and get some help? Can I bring in one of my homeboys, one of my longtime YouTube friends? Will y'all allow me to chat? Will y'all allow me to bring in one of my longtime YouTube friends? Chat, I need to see y'all get y'all energy up. I need to legit see y'all get y'all energy up. Chat, can I bring in one of my longtime YouTube friends? Who do y'all want me to bring in? Y'all want me to bring in somebody with a successful YouTube channel? Somebody from the tri-state area? Y'all want me to bring in somebody that y'all familiar with and is a fan of?
Yo, they better know Knicks sports. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, so for one,
they'll get up in this room.
I'm a legit reach out to Free Keep. I'm a legit reach out and bring in one of my YouTube friends, right? Somebody that has their own successful YouTube channel. Hey, right? Somebody that knows the Knicks and has been in these trenches for a long time. All right. Hey, chat. I need for y'all to get y'all energy up because I'm a legit just go get somebody random and bring them in. One of my dope YouTube friends. All right.
The entertainer.
Yo.
Yeah. Yo, I haven't talked to this man in years. What's good? I thought you dropped off the face of the earth.
Hey, what's up, fam? Can you hear us?
The entertainer.
Yeah, man. The entertainer is in the building. What's good?
One of the first threadren.
Yes. Yes. Hey, so you having a tech issue?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, he's got to accept the camera and the microphone. When you come in, it asks you, do you want to accept the camera and the microphone? Because I don't see an avatar. So he's got to accept on the way in the StreamYards. He's got to accept. I just want to say, last night hit me that the Knicks have an all-star.
Yes, man.
Julius changed the timeline. I love RJ. I want RJ here. I love Knox. Well, I don't love Knox that much, but I don't hate Knox. I don't blame him. Ntilikina, I have somewhat of an affection for. I'll wait to see if this goes right, but I'll keep talking because you introduced him already. Ntilikina, I have an affection for. I really do because I'm a scrappy type player on the court.
What's up, Freezy?
What's good, fam?
What's going on?
So Ntilikina,
how you doing, man? I'm sorry. Hey, yeah, let me introduce my man. Hey, yo, for people don't know, introducing the entertainer, right? Successful YouTube channel, Knicks fan just like us. You know what I mean? How you doing?
What's going on, man? It's a pleasure to be. Sorry, my computer crapped out. That's why I don't got the green screen. But yeah, man, I'm excited to come on. I used to talk to you guys all the time on Twitter and
all the time.
Yeah, just been so busy and with everything else, man. But Freezy, I'm glad you got a successful channel you're growing here, man.
Hey, man. Hey, so really quick. So the entertainer will remember, like when I used to get on with Sim and I used to be in my truck in the parking garage. It used to be so dark. They couldn't see my face and all kind of stuff, man. They were like, who is this creepy dude, man, coming in with this low light and all he's talking about is how much the Mets let him down and broke his heart. You know what I'm saying? What they didn't know at the time was out with the stuff that I was going through, you know what I'm saying, with my little brother, man, and the entertainer and Sam Russell kind of helped me get through that, man. And so here we are today. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fan of the entertainer talking sports. I see it's grown like wildfire, bro. These cats love you and your content. And I'm a fan too.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. So I can tell you've been super busy because every time I click on YouTube, it's like all your stuff is just showing everywhere. So yeah, man. So you're doing Giants draft content. You're doing some Knicks stuff, doing live streams. Probably getting ready to do some Mets spring training games. Probably. So let me ask you this. So how's life been?
It's been busy, but obviously with the pandemic and everything else, you know, it kind of screws up everything else. I haven't been going to the gym, haven't been doing much, outside of being on YouTube and staying in and trying to stay as safe as I can. But I'm excited for things to get back to normal. And last night we saw that with the Knicks. We started to get some fans in the stands, had 2,000 people there. And yeah, man, disappointing game though. RJ Barrett. I don't know. I still believe in RJ Barrett, but I don't know what's going on with him the last 7-8 games or so, man. He's been struggling. Right.
I think, and I said this one thing. I want to get back to what Gi was about to say because Gi had a dope point, and so I wanted to hear Gi get back into it. But I think RJ Barrett needs glasses or something, something, man. Some thick Coca-Cola type glasses, man. Some John Sally type. Ricky, remember the movie Bad Boys when John Sally was in the computer room with Martin? Yeah. He legit needs some glasses or something. But hey, so Gi, I'm sorry I cut you off, man. But when the homie showed up, man, I had to make sure.
No,
sorry, I cut you off.
No. First of all, let me say, I'm sure you're into branding. So now I've met so many great people by being on the Blanche Tears Network. Is your YouTube channel the way it's spelled right there? So if I type that in my search bar, I'm going to find you?
Yeah, it's The Entertainer Talking Sports.
Oh, okay. I just want to let you know you got a new sub from me. And it's because I saw Free Keith's face. I respect these guys. So you got a new sub and a new subscriber and a new content guy for me.
GI, he's worth it.
Man.
He's definitely worth it, GI. He's definitely worth it.
So
Appreciate
it's my
that.
pleasure. It's my pleasure to meet you. Freezy turned me into a fake podcaster. So bear with.
Oh man.
I just like the way I look on camera. I don't know if I know what I'm saying, but it's my pleasure meeting you. Any friend of Freezy and Free Keeps is absolutely a friend of mine. And hopefully, and let me hear your thoughts, because Keith is buying in a little bit. Freezy's being a little on me.
On the line.
I'm tying this back to, and I'm done saying the name because it brings so much emotions. I'm tying this back to the Melo days a little bit. And where I was going was last night, reality hit me. The Knicks have an all-star quality player on this roster. The reality, it hit me. It hit me. So now I'm saying, how long do we wait? At what is Julius's timeline? Do we wait to give him a max contract and see who goes around him? Or do we go all in on him now to put the pieces we can, which may cost some draft picks, which may cost some young players? Because my fear is I don't want him to walk. Or is the timeline in such that we still want to develop players, bring them on a little slower, really build around RJ Barrett? That's the prototypical type player we want. So we'll allow Julius to walk, or you know what? Julius's value has never been higher. He's never going to get higher value than last night. So do we move him now? But I just want to make sure that fans understand that you can't, and I've been saying it all season, Entertainer. It's hard to develop and win now. Develop and win now. Develop and win now. There's a thin line between how long you bring players around on that win now spectrum. So the Knicks got a decision to make. If we're invested in Julius, then it's a win now situation. I know the answer to my own question, and I'm shutting up here. We have a coach who goes out 5 minutes after the game, his last night, his staff had to come and get him. He would not let that referee go. He had that referee's in ear pin. Listen, this is what you're doing. This is what you're calling. This is how I play the game. And he is intense. So, that's what I want Knicks fans, if they're thinking about the team, if they're thinking about the system, is it develop and win now? Win now. You can't have it a million different ways.
Yeah, I think it's a good point you bring up, that going into the year, I thought for sure we were going to trade Randle. Because, he was coming off a year where he was disappointing, 19 points a game. He was inefficient. And I thought we would trade him and try to get draft capital for him, much like we did Morris the year before, last year before the extension. But the way he's playing now, he's 26 years old. You're right. We're kind of starting to get to a crossing roads. I don't know if we're there yet, where we have to decide about whether or not we're going to try to accelerate this process and try to become a team that could actually contend to do damage in the playoffs. And I think, me personally, I got to give Barrett at least the rest of the year to evaluate him to see if he could take that next step up before I'm willing to move on from the guy and include him in a trade. I know that it sucks, having to go through growing pains with a young player who's 20 years old. He's only played really about a season's worth of games up to this point in his career, because last year he had this shortened year. And everybody forgets, because especially New York, we're passionate. It's a here and now type city. The last 6 or 7 games have been bad, but the 13 games before that, he was playing at an all-star level. So you're going through ebbs and flows with Barrett, and hopefully he gets it together. That was the worst game I think I've seen Barrett play all year last night. He was really bad. He looked sloppy on the basketball court. And that
was the worst game.
What'd you say?
Yeah, that was the worst game.
Yeah, that was his worst game. It was horrible.
Not the one that was 4 for 18. I mean,
no, that was bad too.
Because I felt like that was to me his worst game. Like,
the shooting was poor, but RJ Barrett also always does other stuff.
He got 10 rebounds this game.
He did get 10 rebounds.
Right. That's what I mean.
I mean, that's what you do if you can't get your point. The last game, he was total trash. He was trash in that game that I was talking about. But him and Randle Randle did the other stuff, but shooting wise, they were both trash. But he didn't do anything else.
Right. Even Michael Jordan had terrible shooting.
I'm not, and this is not me. This is not me bashing RJ like that, because I'm actually. I said that earlier. I'm pretty much on where Entertainer is at with it. Like, I critique games from game to game, right? Leave 20 years old, whatever, out of it. I'm not talking about every game every game or player that I'm critiquing based on a game doesn't mean I want to trade that player. I'm just critiquing their game performance.
Right.
So, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think, like, maybe sometimes we get that twisted. Personally, I want to kick the tires. This to me is a total surprise year. And I think the front office would be lying if they said that they expected this level of work out of Randle.
Right. I agree.
I think he himself changed the game in terms of like what the plan was for this year, and I'm cool with that. Now I want to kick the tires on what people are serviceable for. Like, use this year. Let's see where RJ can go. Like this year and this next off season. We come back into. I don't even want any trades, like any blockbuster trades until like the opening of next season. Honestly, this is just me. Because I do feel like RJ has more in the tank. I just need to see that consistency. Right. Yeah, I feel like RJ has the goods. Like he had him and in a strange way, Knox. I know I'm gonna get shot for this, but they got the physical goods. They have the physical goods, and there are just other things that have to come together. For Knox, it's his mental. Like he has to become all about basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like he has to become about basketball. I don't think that he's about basketball right now.
Right.
With RJ, like he needs to get some versatility to his game. Like, stop.
To what part? You mean the
he's doing the things. He's doing a lot of the things that he's doing a lot of the things that we hated on Randle for last season. Right. Why are you charging into 1-on-4 situations, bro?
Stop I think it. The thing that stands out to me with RJ is I think he needs more confidence. Like there's times in his game where I feel like he's passive. He's got to gain more confidence in his game, but the tools are there. Much more than with Knox. Like when Knox first came in, I thought Knicks fans were overhyping him a bit. I saw the athletic potential, but he looked like he was completely lost on the basketball court. He had no flow to his game. He was all over the court. With Barrett, I see it. Like you see like a guy that has all the tools. He's got great moves around the rim, the Euro step, good body control. He's got to become more efficient with the shot, and he's got to become more consistent. I personally don't think RJ Barrett's ever going to be a superstar, but I think he could be a all-star. I think he could be a notch below a superstar, and I'm good with that. If he can develop into that and efficient, and his percentages are up this year. I don't know what they are after last night, but 43% as opposed to 40 from the field, 74% from the free throw line as opposed to 61. So he is growing as a player. He's just not growing as much, I guess, as we would like as Knicks fans up to this point. But I think we got to be a little bit more patient and see how it plays out. I'm not in a rush to trade him for Bradley Beal. I'm not in a rush to trade him for Zach LaVine. That's not me at this point. I want to see these young players continue to progress. And I think next year is when you start to come to the conclusion about whether or not Barrett is going to be a core piece of a team that's ready to try to win and compete after going into next year.
Right. So I just want to say something really quick to close out our discussion about DeMarcus Cousins, right? About Boogie, right? So this guy who started all these businesses and flopped, he said, Ken, the one thing I learned is in business, you have to have a certain level of stick-to-itiveness. Regardless what the temperature is like, your gear has to be in one mode, and that's go, right? No matter how many times you fail or get knocked down, you always have to get up and be persistent. You have to have the thing that separates successful businessmen from those that just waste time and resources is determination. What level of determination are you willing to kick into in order to be successful, right? So RJ Barrett has that determination, that grit, right? The thing about DeMarcus Cousins is You don't when you sign DeMarcus Cousins, like I said before, I said about an hour ago that Boogie Cousins is a must sign, right? And he's a must sign, not for what he's going to do on the court, because you can get any random. You can sign a random big man off the street to get you 8 points and 5 rebounds. You know what I'm saying? You can find that. You can.
Where are they?
But hit me out on it. Hit me out on it, right? Hit me out on it, right? So you can get a random guy to get you 8 points and 5 rebounds at the vet minimum, right? But what you can't get is somebody that's going to spread your positive reputation around the league to other all-stars and have it have gravity and levity, right? People listen to DeMarcus Cousins because he was once a great player in the NBA. So he will have the ear of other great players in the NBA, right? Like nobody's gonna listen to Nerlens Noel. He's a journeyman backup big, and he can't just walk up to Kevin Durant and say, "Hey, KD, you know what I'm saying? The Knicks are the place to be." Or he's not gonna walk up to Kawhi Leonard is not gonna listen to Nerlens Noel, right? So you need to have Boogie come in here and have a great experience, so that when he leaves and go speaks with other great players in the NBA, Boogie will say, "Hey, listen, I enjoyed my time in New York, and New York is not exactly what y'all thought. It's not a grease fire. Now, it's not the Taj Mahal, right? But it's not the grease fire that it once was, right? So you bring in guy because this guy that this guy I mentioned, he used to sell tombstones, right? And now he's an investment guy that houses hedge funds, right? And his hedge funds basically what it is they buy properties for like 9 cents on the dollar and rehab them and sell them for like 4 or 5 times what they're worth, right? So, but he went from selling headstones in front of an old trailer park to managing like this hedge fund type company. I used to work for him, man. He's one of the smartest men I've ever met in my life, and determined and competitive. So he said, "Hey, man, what you need basically what you need is fodder for the rumor mill, right? You need because the best advertising is not super funny commercials or superstars that you pay a lot of money to endorse your business. What you need is word of mouth. You need for people to be satisfied customers and have them spread the word, right? So by bringing in DeMarcus Cousins, what you get the opportunity to do is have him come in and enjoy himself, right? Have him come in and enjoy himself, and let the rest of the people let people around the league that are in the know that the Knicks are no longer a grease fire, but they're trending up, and winning is the most important thing. Because in years past, winning was not the most important thing. The headlines on the back page was the most important thing. Splashes in the media was more important than winning, right? So you bring in Boogie and say he does get you 10-6. We make them say we sneak into the playoffs. Boogie has a good time. RJ and the young guys playing high leverage games. Julius Randle gets to showcase his talents on the national stage. The offseason comes, and now you have about $50 million in cap money. And what are you going to do with it? Are you going to spend money as the historically bad grease fire, or are you looking to add major pieces to a team that has turned a franchise that have turned themselves around and is not the grease fire that it once was, but is looking to be a beacon around the league?
If I can speak to the Boogie Cousins situation, and great point, Freezy. I hear where you're coming from. The problem is Brooklyn dumped everybody not tied down to the roster last night. I don't know if that's for Boogie Cousins, or I don't know if that's for Drummond, but the competition for Cousins is going to be steep, and or Drummond is going to be steep. So I don't want the fans to say we failed if we don't get him. I agree with you. We need to get him. but I'm scared to put out in the Knicks fear that we must get him. And then Knicks, because Knicks, we love to embrace failure. We have no choices. It's what we know more than anything else. So I'm scared when we start using we must get them and stuff like that. It's going to be nice. I want to see the Knicks in the mix, but there's some good teams that have cleared the way for some players to get cut in this time. So.
Boogie is going to be a harder get than Drummond, and the reason being is Drummond is under contract, and Drummond has a pretty nice size contract.
No, Drummond's a free agent.
Drummond's a free agent.
Was he cut?
He's a free agent.
Oh yeah, okay, all right.
He gets cut.
I heard they're cutting him. I don't know if they did it yet, but I heard.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I know he didn't, like, but I know Boogie is
Boogie's
walking.
definitely cut, and nobody's going to be crazy enough to give Cleveland a bunch of assets for a player that they don't know they can keep. So they're going to have to cut bait because Cleveland has a situation. They got to start playing their young guys. They got to give. Yeah. They made that trade for Allen.
Jared Allen.
So they got to clear the way for him. He don't need to be looking at Drummond, looking over his shoulder. So it's cheaper for them to get him out of there and pay the rest of it.
Trying to get rid of Jared Allen.
Right. Hey, so Freaky, you hear what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying about Boogie, though, right?
Nah, that would be a must-have.
Yeah, that'd be a must-have. Yeah.
And so what I'm getting at is this. So some things go beyond. Some things go beyond the whistle and between the lines, because repairing the Knicks organization has to it's different levels to it. For one, you have to get a coach to coach a team that's going to be respected and a proven winner in the league, and they've done that, right? You have to build a coaching staff of people that can develop young players like Julius Randle, right? Develop young players, make in-game strategic adjustments, right? Manage a roster of 15 guys for the long haul, right? Manage egos, and also look towards the future. And I think they've done that. You also have to have a front office that's forward-thinking, a solid cap manager. You don't have to be great, but you have to have somebody that you have to have an accountant that understands every quarter, nickel, dime, and penny, right? So that when it comes time to make a move, you can do that, right? You have to have scouts in place that are respected around the league and that have a network of people that they can call on in order for you to spot talent that other teams don't see, aka Donovan Mitchell and guys like that. So even if the Knicks don't get the number one pick, so if the Knicks do pick 14, when we do pick 14, we can pick a solid guy. Donovan Mitchell was picked 13, right?
Yeah.
Right. Rudy Gobert was picked 27, right? So you got to have those type guys, and so we have that right now. What you need is some fodder for the rumor mill, because the rumor mill churns 24/7. 365, right? And for the rumor mill, if you don't feed it, it's going to eat anyway. So why not give the rumor mill positive stuff to churn out, as opposed to letting the rumor mill churn out stuff on its own that'll probably be negative towards the Knicks, right? Why not bring in Boogie and treat him like a customer, like give him the best of everything, and show Boogie that we do indeed treat players great here. We value players.
I think people know, though.
Here's what I'll say about
people know they're watching. Like, listen to the talk about the Knicks around the league. Like, it's totally. When I watch the games, I listen to the streams that I use to watch the games. I use the opposing team.
Right.
Like all these last games, these announcers are calling us the Knicks elite defense, the elite, you know what I'm saying? Like this, that, and like we're getting spoken about positively. I could see you on the whole, him catering to Boogie. He's going to be a good, ambassador or whatever, but we're already doing that. I don't feel like we need to pick up cats for that. Rose is enough.
Gibson's kind of like that too.
He's respected around the league. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? His word is good.
Yeah. My thought on Cousins is this. I think it's a good fit. Obviously, with Mitch out, we need a big. There's no doubt about it. We don't know when Mitch is going to be back, but Boogie, I think he's going to chase a ring. Like I think Boogie sees an opportunity to go to the Lakers. He sees an opportunity to go to the Nets. And then the other thing I'd worry about as a Knicks fan, and I'm completely for bringing Boogie in if he wants to come here. But the other thing you got to worry about is once Mitch gets back, what does that do for Obi Toppin? Like you don't want Toppin's minutes to get cut into. You're starting to see this guy gain confidence. He's been playing much better with the second unit with Rose. So those are things I worry about as well. I don't think Boogie's a huge difference maker. And like you just said, I think Derrick Rose carries just as much weight as he does in terms of trying to, bring players here next year if Rose is going to be back. Taj Gibson is a respected veteran as well on the bench. So I'd be completely fine if they brought in Boogie. It's not going to cost you anything. I just don't think it's going to happen. I look at a team like the Nets or Lakers as a much more attractive destination for him, especially the Nets. As much as I hate to see it, I'm not rooting for the Nets right now as a Knicks fan. You get all the bandwagon fans that used to – all of a sudden, I lived in Brooklyn. Nobody was a Nets fan. Now everybody's a Nets fan all of a sudden.
Of course.
But I just think it's a perfect fit. Like the Nets don't have a big. Cousins goes there. He could be a hero. It could be a big piece for a championship contending roster. But the one thing I'd worry about as a Knicks fan if he came here is what would he do to Obi Toppin's minutes once Mitch came back?
I would say as soon as you sign Boogie, Taj Gibson is the casualty.
Probably.
That's what I would say. But that's just me speculating.
I would see Taj getting less minutes, much like
but that's till Mitch comes back. But when
Mitch comes back,
Taj
wasn't playing anyway when Mitch was.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, exactly.
Fine. Just like when Rose came, like everybody thought IQ's minutes was going to get squeezed when really it was Rivers who's not playing anymore. So it's kind of like. I don't see Obi being the one who gets the biggest hit from that. Like I just see it being like okay, Taj will probably fall to the background, and Obi is playing the 4 anyway. So like, I actually want Obi to get some more minutes at the 3 myself, but
he hit a 3 last night for once.
Yeah. A very rare OB3 sighting.
Yeah.
and I do a podcast on the game, so we turn our sound off so we don't get flagged. I wonder if the crowd went crazy. Did the crowd go crazy when he hit that 3? Because it was a big one too.
I had the sound off too because
I can't recall. I can't recall the sound.
Yeah, they were probably shocked.
It was a big one. It was a big 3.
So let me acknowledge Jonathan JD. So JD said, "Hey JD, thank you for the super chat." And JD, be ready for the Blowers Tears Debate League this Saturday. The Blowers Tears Debate League. Be ready, JD, because the competition is serious. So, but JD says, hate to change the topic, but I have to ask, entertainer, I need to know if Daniel Jones is the guy. Can make the case Giants need an offensive lineman round 1 and 2. I want to jump in. I want to jump in.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, I want to jump in.
My answer to you, what was it, JD, right? My answer to you, Jonathan, is YTD, yet to be determined. And I'd like to come to a definitive answer. I know that's what people want. I would love to be able to tell you, for sure, Daniel Jones is the franchise quarterback. For sure, he's not. But the fact of the matter is Daniel Jones, up to this point in his career, has not been given the best support system. He's been thrown into 2 different schemes in his first 2 years. He didn't have Saquon Barkley all of last year. He went down after week 1. We all know we don't have good weapons on the outside. And the offensive line, you had 3 new guys starting last year, 3 rookies at one point. 60% of your offensive line, you had Shane Lemieux. Matt Parrott was in there at certain points. Andrew Thomas, Cam Fleming, the swing tackle. So I think that offensive line is going to be better.
And the second-year guard, too. And the second-year guard.
Yeah, second year. And you had Nick Gates playing center, who played better over the course of the year. But I think this year is the year we find out about whether or not he could be a franchise quarterback. In terms of the second part of his question with the offensive line, I think, a lot of Giants fans, at least on my channel, all they talk about is wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver, wide receiver. Rightfully so. We need a wide receiver. But you can't forget about the offensive line. And I'm completely with you. If Slater falls to you at 11 and you're not in love with one of the wide receivers that are there, you got an opportunity to take a bookend tackle for the next 10 years opposite Andrew Thomas. I think you got to think long and hard about it. And if you take a wide receiver in the first round, I am completely for either taking an interior offensive lineman or a tackle in the second round. I don't think we can forget about that. We got to continue to build it up. So I'm in agreement with you on that.
Do you move Andrew Thomas to right tackle if you select that guy at select the guy you just mentioned?
I like Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas got a lot better over the second half of the year. He struggled mightily the first half, and they made some adjustments.
Yeah.
I think Thomas is going to be really good. There's two offensive linemen I'm confident with. One of them is Thomas, the other one's Gates. But no, I like Thomas on the left side.
Okay. So here's my thing with the Giants offense, and I watched them a lot last year. You know, I'm a Bears fan, so you know I had to troll the Giants
we
fans.
played you guys last year.
Yeah, we beat the brakes off the Giants. That's right. No, we didn't. We didn't beat the brakes off the Giants. And so before I get into that point, I just want to remind everybody, I did an interview with Hall of Fame linebacker, Super Bowl winner Harry Carson. I think we did it back in November. Y'all go check that out, man. Harry Carson is one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. I think the number one title, because he's a Hall of Famer. He is on the Fritz Pollard board for hiring and diversity and stuff in the NFL. Those guys are the group that criticized the Jacksonville Jaguars hire a couple weeks ago. But the number one thing I will say about Harry Carson is that he's probably the nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life, right? The dude legit, man. We talked a little bit, and he was legit telling people like, "Yo, I did an interview with Uncle Freezy," and I'm like, "What? Yo, I did an interview with Harry Carson." You know what I'm saying? So anyway,
you should have talked golf with him, Freezy.
Hey man, I should. But you know what we wound up talking about this restaurant in this area that I live in. Thunderbird. He legit is like when he come down, I gotta take him to this restaurant, this Thunderbird. I mean, I don't understand it. He just likes it, whatever. But the reason why I want to touch on about the Giants is if the Giants had consistent playmaking. I'm not talking about great, consistent. I saw Daniel Jones a couple times during the season avoid the pass rush and hit the tight end Evan Ingram right on the palms.
12 drops.
And Evan Ingram dropped the football. And what that does is that destroys offensive momentum. Like you legit go from second down and 7 with the potential for a big play to third down and 7. Now you're facing nickel defenses. You know what I'm saying? And pass rushing packages, right? I legit saw this kid like maneuver in the pocket and hit second and third, like legit scanned the field and found second and third options open in a passing game and receivers not make plays, right? So I'm not saying upgrade the entire receiving core. What I'm saying is if the receivers can stay healthy, right? And if the Giants can get a running backs to stay healthy, right? As a young offensive line comes along, teams won't get into these exotic nickel and dime packages against Daniel Jones and play zone and keep their eyes on the young quarterback as he goes through his progressions. Now you have to respect everybody on the field because a successful quarterback is only as successful as the other 10 players on the field. One guy does not make an offense go. Right.
I completely agree with you on that. I mean, I say it all the time. I don't want to get too much into football, but I say it all the time.
Yeah, especially when we're talking about the Giants.
Oh,
wow. One under 500 team is enough. Like we already got Nick.
By the way, Free Keith,
we agree on something, Chuck.
By the way, Free Keith, be careful. We have CP the artist and Chuck on here at the same time. Put your helmet on, baby.
Yo, dude, I'm looking for my shoulder pads right now.
And so the other thing I just want to say.
It's funny. It's funny, Chuck. Hold on.
hold on for just a second. I just want to button up this question. Once we button up this question, then we'll move on. But the thing with the Giants, though, just to put a button on this is this: Giants fans, you do have the quarterback of the future, right?
I hope so, man.
You're right. So you do. But the only thing about it is every quarterback doesn't develop in year one or year two, right? You draft a guy knowing that he needs to grow. Rookie quarterbacks don't dominate the NFL, right? Rookie quarterbacks do not dominate. Pat Mahomes actually sat a year, right? And the only reason why Pat Mahomes is who he is because Andy Reid has experience grooming young franchise quarterbacks.
Here's what I'll say about Mahomes. But first off, Mahomes and Jones, in terms of talent, it's not this. Mahomes is
no.
Yeah. But I will say with Mahomes, you put Jones in that situation. Jones is winning football games. Alex Smith won 12 games before Mahomes took over with the same team. Andy Reid's a terrific coach. He's got to sit under probably the smartest quarterback in the game in Alex Smith for a year. Learn the playbook. He's got Tyreek Hill. He's got Travis Kelce. Andy Reid's an offensive mastermind. So I do agree that part of Daniel Jones' problem is definitely the surrounding talent around him and the unsustainability with the new head coaches, the new offensive coordinator, so on and so forth. Wasn't put in the right situation. But I also don't think he has Pat Mahomes level talent. What I'm hoping from Daniel Jones this year, and then we got to get back to Knicks talk, is I'm hoping he takes like a Baker Mayfield-like jump. Mayfield had a good rookie year. I thought his stats were a little misleading. He kind of beat up on poor competition, similar to what Jones did in his rookie year. Then Mayfield regressed year 2 with the coaching change, and then he bounced back and had a really good year year 3. So I'm hoping that's what we get out of Jones year 3.
Okay.
I hope.
All right. Hey, so JD, do you see what you started, Jonathan? JD, you see what you started. You better be ready for the Lawrence Kids Debate League Saturday night. That's all I'm going to say. Hey, CP, you want to jump in and say something, right?
No, I was saying that me being side by side with Chuck, he kind of reminds me of my deadbeat dad.
It
looks like my dad on this.
You're already coming in with the fire.
And I just want to say, Freezy, if I can, for a protocol, I just want to let Jonathan JD know all them super chats ain't gonna help him win the league. So I just don't want to think that he has an advantage.
It's a big league, right? Yeah. So JD says, "Hey JD, thank you for the super chat." He says, "Last one, is Dak the QB of the future in Dallas?"
Who cares about Dallas?
Yeah. I'm gonna say no. I think they're gonna tag him. I think they're going to tag him one more year, and then they're going to let him walk like the Washington did with Cousins.
Yo, that's so dumb for them, though. Like that to me is like the dummest thing. Like,
can we move on?
Just let him go already, then.
Can we move on? Can we move on?
Well,
Chuck.
So I just wanted to address the thing that JD said. So I think Dak is a legit quarterback in the league, but I think the Cowboys are overplaying their hand. They're all in this game of chicken. I think the Cowboys are doing the most. Don't do the most, Dallas, because I know y'all feel like the Cowboys of any franchise in professional football will find a quality starter. They always do. You can't sleep on a count. They will find a guy to be their quarterback long term. You've seen them go from Dak, or not from, but they went from Dak, but they went Dak, Romo, Aikman. I mean, they just do. Dallas has something special going on there with running backs and quarterbacks and receivers. Defense right now is another thing though.
So I'm a diehard Cowboys fan, entertainer, and what happened is Chuck should have just shut up and stayed out of the Daniel Jones conversation. So Joe knows that Chuck's a Dallas fan, so he went ahead and asked a question. Let me be honest, because I'm transparent. Our issue in Dallas is Jerry Jones, period, point blank, with the capital exclamation mark. And what Uncle Freezy is saying is we're playing our hand because Jerry Jones went and put a bunch of fancy things around Dak at a very high value to think that Dak was then going to take a team-friendly contract because he was a 4th-round draft pick. He was and Dak is saying, no, I want to be paid like every other great quarterback with my statistics in the league, starting with Goff and Wentz.
Yeah.
And so now Jerry realizes if I have the most expensive top 5 paid receiver, top 3 paid running back, top 3 paid quarterback, where the heck am I going to field the rest of the team
how you
when
gonna
my
fix your defense?
when my offensive line is falling apart, so I can't even protect those assets, and my defense is absolute trash. So Jerry Jones created this hill to climb. I wish him the best in climbing it. I'll still be there with him in misery during the ride.
Well, I disagree with Bumpy Johnson. Stephen Jones is in control right now, and McCray. CP, me and CP look the same age. First of all, and second,
out your mind.
No, we do. We do.
No, we do not.
All I gotta do is shave. No, hold up, CP. Hold up. All I gotta do is shave. We look the same age. We both look 30. Now, the only reason your pops was a deadbeat because he waited too long for you to get into women. So he thought you was a simp. He thought you was a simp, so he headed out of there. But,
oh wow.
Yeah. But other than that, the Cowboys is the best team on the panel, so we don't need to finish with football. And let's go back to RJ, right? RJ cannot be the second option on a team.
We agree with something.
All right, smart man. You're getting there. You're getting there. So you ever saw that movie? Man, with Michael Keaton when he had the offsprings, multiplicity or something like that.
Yeah, that's it.
You remember that? Like you like a retarded version of me. Like when they kept making them over, they kept cloning them, and then one of the clones was like, that's you, CP.
I'm a retarded.
And you can't use that word, Chuck. It's 2021. We can't use that word. I know. That's why I said
instead.
I wish there was autocorrect for video chat.
No,
for live.
I missed that word. Though.
So Chuck B, what's your point? You're saying that RJ Barrett can be the second option.
He can't be the second option. He can't be.
What would you get at? So you're saying that, and it makes no sense.
No. We have to upgrade the roster. Wait up. We have to upgrade the roster until he becomes the third and preferably the fourth option.
Until he's ready to be a 2.
He's playing out of position, basically.
His skills are limited. He has limited skills right now.
Okay, so again, I have to. So I'm gonna self-correct and do some auto-correction here. So we say these things as Knicks fans because, for one, we don't know what superstars at the shooting guard position look like, right? If you say you've seen
look like Bradley
superstar, if you've seen a superstar
looks like Klay Thompson.
No. I'm saying in a Knicks uniform. That's what I mean.
Okay.
For one, you've never seen. Allen Houston was not a superstar. Allen Houston was very good, probably close to being a star. But Allen Houston was not a superstar.
We're not talking about.
Let me finish my point. Wow. Y'all have not seen a superstar at the shooting guard position in a Knicks uniform ever, right? So you don't know what it looks like up close, right? So what Knicks fans will do will project or retract what they see from other teams' superstars at the shooting guard position and assume that is what it's supposed to look like here in New York, right? Because you look at a superstar from afar and say, hey, that's what I want. So anybody that we bring in that's not like what we see from the other team, we say that guy's not ready and he's not going to do anything, right? Instead of letting the guy grow. Klay Thompson was not the man in year 2. Klay Thompson was the man at 87 games. Zach LaVine was not the man at 87 games. Bradley Beal was not the man at 87 games. CJ McCollum really was not the man at 87 games. Devin Booker was not the man at 87 games. But yet we say RJ is not the man at 87 games.
Can I say something? Wait.
All of those guys can shoot.
What kind of logic is that? And that's exactly what I'm talking about. You just proved my point.
No,
you just said you just said those guys over there do something, right?
No, they all could shoot.
Right. So you're proving my point.
No,
so you're proving my point. You said
no.
Those guys over there can shoot, right? RJ Barrett does something different, right? My point
can't shoot. That's what he does different. He can't shoot. That's all he's saying.
Right, that's why we do it different. Hold on. I've been waiting here for five hours. Is fundamental. You have to read and listen. You have to listen. You have to pay attention, right? When in a conversation, this is not a monologue. It's 6 people up there, right? We are having a discussion. When you come with a monologue, of course, other smart people may be contrary to what it is that you want to impose on the conversation. But if you listen to what I just said, I said Knicks fans look at others and see what they do and assume the guy that we have has to do the same thing that they do. And y'all were like, nah, but those other guys can shoot. That's exactly what I just said. You looked at those other guys and they can shoot. RJ Barrett is not a shooter. So since RJ Barrett is not just like them,
then he should be a shooting guard. It's in the title of his name. It's in the title of his job description.
Thank you.
What are you talking about? If he can't shoot, then he's not like one of them who are shooting guards. Like that just makes zero sense.
No, dog, you're missing it.
Okay.
It's like you just stepped in puppy pool. Calm down, man. Listen to what I'm saying. Everybody is not going to be the same. Shooting guard. So shooting guard is in his name, right? Shooting guard is in his name, but everybody. So there are varying degrees of shooting. Are you a 3-point shooter? Are you a mid-range shooter? Are you a scorer?
What is he?
Right?
What
RJ Barrett is a scorer.
I think for Barrett to be successful, we have to have elite shooters around him.
Yeah,
that's what it comes down to. I don't think he's ever going to be a Klay Thompson. I don't think he's ever going to be a guy that's going to go out there and sink 40 to 45% of his 3-point shots. So I think for him to be successful, to put him in the best position possible, is to get like a young JJ Redick type player, to get guys around him that are efficient 3-point shooters that can stretch the floor and allow RJ to do what he does best. Because I don't think RJ is ever going to be a traditional shooting guard.
I got to interject. Okay. I'm going to believe and be patient about RJ's development. But what Chuck said is true. And this is what the problem I find us Knicks fans have. We forget that the league will adjust to your weaknesses. RJ is probably he's a one-dimensional player. He doesn't post up, he doesn't hit no mid-range, and he's a 31% three-point shooter. Okay? You have to switch up your game or the league will figure you out. It's happening with Quickly right now.
I was just going to say
Quickly's hitting this rock because the league is figuring him out. The refs are figuring him out, and now he's in a slump. We have to wait that hopefully that these players will adjust and become the stars that we anticipate them to be. But right now, we're putting them in how should I say, positions that they are not equipped for it yet. RJ is not in the number 2 yet. I think they should stagger his minutes so he could play more with the second unit and dominate there. Because I'd rather see RJ over Alec Burke, who's been struggling, trying to keep us in lead in games or whatever. You're not even using Knox. So put RJ like maybe at the 4, move him around, whatever. Let him cook. Let him get those minutes with the second unit.
I believe even if you had a bunch of shooters around him, it still come down to who's defending him. So if he can't bully his defender, he's gonna struggle. All his shots are contested because he don't beat nobody off the dribble. So it comes down to once he get to the basket, can he elevate over that defender, or can he outmuscle that defender? That's his game. That's his whole game. And I don't see that changing because I don't see him adding to his vertical, and I don't see him adding speed. So his game is his offense is very limited.
It's predictable.
He's definitely got. He doesn't. I don't think he has to become a great shooter, but I think he definitely needs to improve his shot. So the defenders have to honor that more if he's going to take the next step as a scorer in the NBA. I agree with that. If he's going to continue to shoot 31% from 3, he ain't going to be a number 2. He ain't going to be a number 3 option. He's definitely got to improve his shot.
And you can't get away from it. Like, these are facts. Like I love RJ, and I don't think I'm unlike these other cats. Like, I don't think the books is closed on RJ. Like, yeah. By any degree. And to tell you the truth, for a second year player, I think he's phenomenal.
He's very good.
But like, it's what that phenomenal is. He has a above his head level of body control. Like, he shouldn't even have the kind of body control that he has right now. And I think he's a way more physical player than I think a lot of the than he's given credit for. And I dig that. Like, he can finish through contact. He can, what I'm saying? Like, I actually think that the tools that he's building, if he's going to be building these tools and like increasing the things that he's good at without increasing his shot, he's going to end up as a 3 or 4.
Force him right.
Yeah, and RJ Barrett at 212 pounds.
I mean, I'm talking about with his grown man getting his grown man weight, this, that, and the other. But like, he plays like he doesn't play like a shooting guard, and I don't think that may not be the position where he's going to be most successful at for his skill.
Exactly.
That's all I'm saying.
But you can't even put him at the 3 because he doesn't really stretch the 4. Like, I'm gonna give him that shot. I'm gonna give him the 3. Like, I'll live with it.
I'll give him the 3. Like, I'm
gonna live with it.
And I've been saying it. Like, yo, like, move him to the 3. Like, I feel like the 2 spot is where we have like he can live doing what he's doing at the 3.
No,
I think.
Hey, fellas, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get grab a water real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
But I don't think that again, it's a testament to his maturity that we're even having the conversation that we're having about him right now. Because yes, he's not a 4th or 5th year player. This is like 82 games into his NBA professional career. Like, he's not, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's literally just played maybe about a full season's worth of games. So to me, it's impressive where he's at. It's not enough. And this is where the critiques come in. But like, I'm not going to close the books on him like, oh, he can't be better than he is now, blah, 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 blah. But what he is now, and if that is projected out into the rest of his career, like, I can't see him being like the superstar that cats talk about.
No. But I think my thing is, like, it's hard to, like, the blank canvas analogy that I mentioned, I'm going to be consistent on it. We do not know yet in 2 years who he will be. So I think it's like, we can't be, this is what Knicks fans do. We are all or nothing. Either he is or he ain't. The problem is, being so young, we got to wait and see. And we can't throw him into a position where we're saying, hey, the dude is a number 2. Like Chuck said, like I'm saying, whatever. And I was one that said, okay, you know what? Is he untradeable? No, he's not. Will he be a superstar? We don't know. Hopefully.
Yeah.
But let's stop putting him into oh yeah, he's a superstar. Definitely. He's not a superstar. Definitely. He's a raw product.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think Knicks fans do it on both sides of the spectrum, like you said. I think Knicks fans are setting Quickly up for failure. I think Knicks fans are already saying that Quickly's a star. The guy's shooting 38% from the field. The guy can't hit a floater for the last month.
I was waiting for the league to figure him out because it always happens. This is look, we have the greatest players in the world, greatest coaches in the world looking to stop you. Yeah. You are on another level. Until they start figuring you out, that's when you got
to make adjustments. Adjust. It's like any sport. It's like I'm a big baseball fan. It's like baseball. Your first 100 at bats, pitchers don't have a book on you. Then they learn you. The hitters got to adjust. And it's the same thing with Quickly. Quickly, that floater was working, and then defenses picked up on it. He's got to adjust to it. But I agree with you. We did the same thing with Knox. I remember when Knox was drafted, everyone was like, "Oh, he could be Kevin Durant, this, that, the other thing." It's just the way New York fans are, not just Knicks fans. New York fans in general, they're passionate and they project before probably they should. And maybe with Barrett, people are projecting too far to the negative side because he's been struggling as of late. We'll see. I think it takes patience in seeing how these players develop.
It's why I stuck up for Chuck so bad. I did it quietly because Chuck gets a really big head. But when he was trying to
that being is about to bust on his head.
Bro. But he was trying to set up expectations for Knicks fans because I in the preseason I said I found my new player because I just couldn't be bandwagon and start saying Randle's my best favorite player here when I was trying to trade him. When I said rule number 1 in the offseason, trade Julius Randle so RJ could be a better player. And I'm just going to continue to hold myself accountable to how wrong that was. So when I saw it Quickly and I got excited about him, and then the eye test kept going. And I was happy it came after a great game. And fans said, "Oh, he's still a steal of the draft." Don't get me wrong, because his upside, he's getting play on the floor, and he does things that guys that 22 of the 24 picks before him can't do. Or let me be reasonable. 20 of the 25, they can't do. They're not getting an opportunity to do. So he's still a steal of the draft.
No. Brad,
hold on. Let me finish. Hold on, real quick. But because I don't want to lose my thought, I'm sorry. But I realize Quickly's offense is his defense. Quickly's scoring the ball in the hole is what's most important to Quickly being effective. Is little other things he could do on the golf course, on the basketball court. Now, I will say though, he's a very willing defender, and I think in time, and this is my knock on Knox. If Knox would go about the game the way RJ goes about it, if he would go about the game the way Quickly goes about it, Knox could save his career in the NBA. Forget with the Knicks, because Knox is going to have problems anywhere he goes. I'm sorry, CP. Hold myself accountable to what?
The outfit that you were in.
Yo, bro, I'm shocked, baby.
This is for real.
That look, baby.
I thought Madison Square Garden stopped holding the circus.
Oh wow! Shot.
Wow, yo.
Hey, he called you Mr. Bojangles.
Wow. Hey, GI, for the record, I think you look debonair.
See, Breezy, certain people, and he's supposed to be an artist, so he's supposed to be able to think outside. Certain people just not used to a well-kept man. That's all.
Wow.
And guess what?
Wow.
To Chuck and CP, I don't have to shave and do all of that to look 30. This is what looking like 30 at 50 look like, baby. 30 years to do 50 years to do.
All right.
Right. And so just want to say the thing about Quickly, man. The thing about Quickly is kind of like what you guys are alluding to. It's way too early to project what Quickly is going to be at this stage. How about we just calm down? And so I'll tell you, I'll even say this. If we had a counterbalance on the floor for Julius Randle, say another vet around his age that could put up similar production, the conversation about RJ Barrett, Obi Toppin, Kevin Knox, Emmanuel Quickly would not be as loud and lengthy as it is right now. So say if Alfred Payton was legit, decent level, consistent point guard, you would not even have these conversations about RJ Barrett. We would be saying RJ Barrett is coming along, just give him time. But since we don't have the balance on the floor for Julius Randle, we focus on these guys because we need somebody to balance out the floor for Julius Randle. We need a number 2 option. That's the reason why when Manuel quickly scores 30 points in the game, we get super excited about him potentially being the starter at point guard. And when RJ Barrett scores 25 and gets 8 rebounds and 8 assists and plays solid D, we're like, hey man, he might be the guy. But I think if we're patient with a guy that has played only 90 games and another guy that has only played 27 games and Obi who's played 20 something games, I think if we're patient and allow the coaching staff to do their job and do what they're good at, these guys will come along fine. And so to what Free Keith was saying, and I didn't get a chance to finish, RJ Barrett, just let these guys develop, play high leverage games so that you can see if they're ready to take that next step or not. Right. So we need to see these guys in a situation where it's either you win this game or you go home for the rest of the offseason. Right? That's what we need to see. We need to see these guys in situations where every shot matters for the rest of your season. You know what I'm saying? And see what these guys are made of, right? So some guys are going to step up and some guys are going to fold under the pressure, right? So once we see what these guys can do when it's high leverage situations, then you'll know exactly what you need to get. Do you need a prototype small forward, or do you need a prototype today's NBA stretchy big? Do you need to upgrade point guard? You know what I'm saying? What is your real need? Once you get in a series against other playoff teams, you'll see that because coaches at the playoff level are just about all equal. It's just about who is innovative and who can adjust on the fly.
Freezy, right? Only thing I have to disagree with you on that is, are you saying, I just want to make sure I understand, you're saying that we won't be able to judge RJ until he makes the playoffs? Because Freezy, I want to say this and bounce it back to you. This team is not a playoff team, and we're not going to the playoffs this year. I'm staking it right now. These other teams, we're not going to the playoffs this year.
Oh, now we got beef.
Oh, wow.
Now we got beef.
We're not going to the playoffs this year.
Why are we going to the playoffs?
We're not going to win enough games.
Because we continue this team, and I'm bouncing back to Freezy because I cut him off and I apologize, Freeze. But because I just want to understand I just want to understand if he's saying we have to wait till RJ gets to the playoff to determine what he is or not. That was the true question. You know what? Let me leave it there and I'll come back and explain why we're not going to the playoffs.
Can I go,
Freezy?
All right. So let me say this is what I'm getting. So what I'm getting at is high leverage games doesn't necessarily mean the playoffs itself, but the run up to the end of the season. Okay. Like say we're in the 11th spot, right? And we need to jump a couple of teams with like 3 weeks left in the season. Those games are high leverage games.
Yes.
Because if you lose, you go home. If you win, you live and play another day. So those games are high leverage, right? Because you absolutely have to win enough games to leapfrog the teams that are in front of you, and you don't have enough games left on your schedule for you to have missteps and fall backwards, right? If you lose those games, those are high leverage games. If you lose those games, now you can look at the roster and say, you know what? Maybe RJ Barrett isn't such and such and such and such yet. Maybe we need to get him some assistance in such and such and such and such areas. Because for the things we point at, right? The main thing people say is RJ Barrett can't shoot. But what they don't look at is RJ Barrett is an above average defender. He's an excellent rebounder at the shooting guard position, right? He comes to play. He stays relatively healthy, right? So he does all these things, right? He's coachable. All these different things that we don't speak to. We always speak to and his jump shot doesn't look like Devin Booker's. But right now, RJ Barrett does other things in other areas that are better than Devin Booker. Devin Booker is not the defender RJ Barrett is. Devin Booker is not the rebounder RJ Barrett is. But we look at the jump shot and stake his entire reputation on that. He doesn't look like Jerry West shooting a jumper. And forget in a bad game, he still had 10 rebounds last night and played a halfway decent defense.
So
but Freezy, if you're gonna play the comparison game, you can't shoot like Devin Booker.
Exactly,
like borderline also like Devin Booker. So I understand your point, and I want to be flexible with the
Wait a minute, what?
I want to be flexible with the critique. I want to be flexible with the critique by saying that you are right. He is not a finished product, RJ Barrett, and but the critique is valid because of if we're looking to win these games like last night, we can't put him in a position where he's just going to fail. Last night, he had long defenders on him and he couldn't complete anything. This is a consistent problem. But it's just something that we got to look to work for him to work on in the future. That's all. I think that if you're a fair Knicks fan, there's nothing wrong with saying that.
We need shooting. It's plain and simple. Like, our defense got better from last year. We still have the same major problem. We need
should have
shooting.
drafted Bridges. I always say that. I wanted Bridges when we took Knox. He'd have been a perfect fit right now on this team.
I think you're looking at him as perfect because he has a point guard playing with him now.
He's got a good cast.
He needed a point guard.
Yeah.
So it's not even we can't. I don't even know if it's really like he always had that skill because this is his best looking year.
Yeah, no, he's
this is his best, and I honestly feel like it's because of LaMelo.
Yeah.
You mean CP?
I mean, my fault. Because of CP.
He's talking about Mikal. You're talking about Mikal, not Miles.
Yeah, Mikal
right?
Bridges. Yeah, on the Suns. Yeah.
And I feel like there are certain players, Obi being one of them, that needs that point guard for them to actually exercise their skills.
That's true.
Like Mikal is not he's not making his own plays for himself.
No,
Never
he's a 3-and-D player. He's a 3-and-D player.
But if you are a playmaker and need someone to actually like complete your plays and this, that, and the other, like he's the guy you want.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that we needed Mikal. I still say like what we needed was a competent point guard. Like we needed a top shelf and still need a top shelf point guard. Like
I gotta say one thing.
Point guard by committee that we're doing now is cool. Each of them have maybe different things about them. But if we could get that all in one guy, perfect.
I gotta say something to Brad. That bow tie must be really tight if you think that the Knicks are not going to make the playoffs.
I'm glad you brought that back.
I wanted
that
to
is
hold on.
Cutting off.
Go ahead.
We agree.
Let me let y'all get y'all.
99%. 99% of
that bow tie is cutting off the circulation.
We're not making the playoffs, and that's a foregone.
Well, how about I go first? In case.
No. You went first. Hold on.
I didn't get to support my position.
All right. Okay. Go ahead.
I just made a statement. Here's why I believe we're not making the playoffs. Because we rely on veterans such as Bullocks, Burke, and I'm going to give Rose some smoke too. Bullocks and Burke do not hit big shots when we need them. They score at the most inappropriate, meaningless.
They're Sammy Sosa.
I'm telling you, we passed them.
Like the Cubs will be up by 3 runs, and Sammy Sosa hit a grand slam, and the Cubs will win by 7. And then people will be like, "Oh, Sammy Sosa hit a grand slam," but when they were down 3 runs, he didn't hit a grand slam.
They are not clutch players, and we're going to need them when this playoff push begins, and we're going to realize they're the reason. Number 3, we needed Rose to come in and be a distributor. We needed a lot of distribution from him. And Rose is coming. I know. And I was hoping maybe he developed into that habit. But I just want to be, but Free Keith, I just want to present.
But all I'm saying is that we knew that about Rose before. Like, I don't see where
I didn't. I apologize.
We knew that about Rose before coming into the team.
It was my shortcoming. It was my shortcoming because that would give Quickly the opportunity. He's leaving Quickly with the ball in his hands a lot. And he's then running to move and get his offense off. And what he's not recognizing is Quickly is stuck at the top of the key with nothing he wants to do but shoot. So the pieces of the team right now aren't fitting in every game. If nothing's definite, I'm be done in 5-6 seconds, promise. If nothing's definite about the New York Knicks this year, we're going to go through 5 or 7-minute stretches in the second half. Well, we're not first half, we're clean. We're clean. The second half, once the defense makes the adjustment to what they saw in the first half, we're in trouble because every player on our team, except for Randle, goes about scoring the same way every time.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying there, but I don't see how it turns us into a non-playoff team. Like, and the reason I'm saying that is because we do so much other things well. You know what I'm saying? Like, defense is harder to come along. Good defense is harder to come along than good offense. We agreed on that. Like, you can't. It's like you can't really teach and train your way into really good defense. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to have the will to do it. I feel like as the season goes along, shooting can improve, offense can improve. Like, those are things that like through training and coaching, like you can get that to improve. I don't see us falling so far away from the 8th spot, especially with the teams that are on the field against us. I don't see us falling so far away from the 8th spot that, you know what I'm saying, that we are definitely not making the playoffs. This is it's a funny place to be in as a Knicks fan, because like I haven't felt this way since 2011, maybe. You know what I'm saying? But like, I
stole
can't.
My point, Keith.
Huh?
Keith, you stole my point, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, artist.
I was waiting so patiently for Brad to finish
we're
this
not
thing.
The whole season isn't just about our play. It's about like the play of other teams around us too. And we're not the 8th worst team in the East, yo. We're just not.
Right. Yeah. We are only 2 games away from the Pacers, who are at 4th, the 4th seed. We got the Raptors. We're just 1 game ahead of us, and back of us is the Bulls, Hornets, Heat. I don't see where we can't make it, especially with the body of work.
What about the Wizards?
The Wizards are like
they're starting to heat up a little bit.
11 and 18. That's heating up.
Well, they just beat the Lakers.
They just got Beal back, so.
I mean, that's not even warming up my coffee. I'm just saying, with the body of work that we already got, being top 5 defense, and Tibbs having us playing at a high level, and he's not trying to tank. You know what I mean? We're gonna make the playoffs, and I'm confident of that.
They will make moves now. Right now, seeing the team, they will make moves. They'll make moves for us to get better, rather than just see us not make
well, Keith, I just want to say, if the right moves get made and we get some shooting in here, that I'm talking about this team as constructed right now. So I don't want nobody to come. They make great moves and then we go on a deep run. They say, well, Brad, now he's got me calling myself Brad. That's sad. Ghetto intellect said. Ghetto intellect said. Well, no, I learned. I hang out in the section of YouTube where people dox each other, and they said stop using your name, but this guy keeps you, even though I don't know his real name.
You want to know why? You want to know why I use the name my brother? It's because at first I was like, man, Ghetto is just so beneath my brother that I gotta call on Brad. You know what I mean? That's what it was.
I
It was
lifted
so,
up with the intellect. The intellect, it balances each other.
but
But
you're
anyway,
not that
shut up.
smart. You're not that
Shut
smart.
up.
So I gotta say, you know what I mean? And you're not that
Wait a
dumb.
minute. Wait a minute. He's from New Jersey.
Brick City too, Avon and 14th Street to be more exact.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Brits.
I don't know
You
if I
know,
can stand for this New Jersey on New Jersey crime.
Well, he's from South Jersey, so he don't get it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm from Central Jersey. It's not South Jersey. Central Jersey. Let's get it.
Anything
right.
south of Newark. You know what? Anything south of Jersey City and Patterson, outside of Newark, other than Camden. But we're not gonna do this Jersey thing. This is a New York team. So see, he makes me look as constructed, because the problem is these teams are making adjustments. They're going into, we're a great driving team. Elfrid Payton, and I said it, and I'm gonna say it. Elfrid Payton and D Rose. You put one of them little guards on there, barbecue chicken. So that creates our offense. They will take any guard in the league off the dribble and manipulate to the hole, and you're going to have a hard time stopping Elfrid Payton and D Rose, and we're continuing to come at you. The problem is the teams are saying, well, we got to stop that. Let's go to zone and make them beat us from the outside. RJ wants to play the same way, downhill. We got some great downhill players, but with the strength of this league, with the athleticism of this league, you can stop downhill only. You got to have shooting with it.
Well, I think we hit a soft spot in the schedule, and it's making our record look better than who we are. We caught the Wizards without Beal, and we had to scratch that one out. We the Rockets without Woods and Oladipo, we could easily be 13-19 right now.
It's not far off.
The schedule is gonna get harder, right? When we make that West Coast trip with the Lakers and them boys. So, free Keith. I'm sorry, but the playoffs ain't gonna happen.
Hey, look, you take whatever stance. You can take what stances you want to play, what you want to take. Ghetto Intellect can take the stance that he want to take. I will see y'all at the end of the season.
All right.
I think we'll be in the playing game. I think we'll be in the playing game. I don't know if we'll be the 7, 8, 9, or 10 seed, but I think we'll be in the playing game. That's what I'll say.
We
get into the playoffs this year.
No, we're not.
Our young cats.
The only way we don't is the only way we don't, God forbid, is if Julius Randle gets hurt.
Yep.
If he gets hurt, it's all over. You guys win.
Then I will definitely be with our team.
We got a top 3 defense in the league. Our record is who we say we are at over 30 games. We in the East, we are making the playoffs.
If I could speak to this top 5 defense,
only 3 teams that's even over 500 and over in the
We're
East.
going to finish with at least 10 games.
I'm not mad. We're still in the run.
We're going to finish at least 10 games under 500. And GI, I disagree with the quickly as
10 games under 500.
Yes, 10.
10 games under 500.
Yes, facts.
It's not a fact if it's not proven.
Oh, it's going to be proven. And I agree with the quickly as the skill of the draft take.
Hold on, don't change.
It's too early.
Let me speak real quick to CPs. Let me tell you why we're the top 5 defense in the league. And let me tell you, top 3, number 1 defense in the league. And last night, the Warriors figured us out. That's why they scored 114 points on us. They realized.
What
did they realize? Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Okay. Let's be respectful.
You can't even respond to what I haven't finished yet, sir.
I just heard a point that I had to interject.
What is going to happen? The Knicks play with a specific pace of play that slows down the game and limits possessions for the other team. You can't score if you don't have the ball. So guess what the Warriors did? They started trapping us. They made us play faster. And off of every rebound, they sprinted the heck out. And more teams are going to do that than not. This top defense, they got tons of open three-pointers last night. Tons of open. What's his name? Oh my goodness, they were calling him a role player. He comes off the bench. If he had another if Kent Bazemore had another open three-pointer from that corner where he shot about 70%, I was going to choke myself. Top defenses don't do that.
That bow tie is already choking you. Golden State is just a better team. We don't have a Steph Curry. We don't have even a Kelly Oubre or a tall, athletic Wiggins. We don't have
Wiseman. He was killing us.
Wiseman. Thank you. We don't have a Wiseman. Don't leave Brad. Come on, man. Where you going? Anyway, we don't have these type of players. We played out of our minds. Against teams in the East. Last night, we just went against a championship pedigree team. They're not championship team this year, but they still have those coaches, those players that know how to win. And we only lost by a handful of points. You know what I'm saying? And we didn't shoot. We didn't shoot well. But we are in the East. We're not going to face a team like that the whole year. So you can't, unless you're going to tell me for the next 50 games or how many we got, we're going to face a team like that, then you're right. But we're not. We're gonna face the Detroits, the Indianas, the San Antonios, the Sacramentos, whatever. Who at the end of the year, people are gonna start thinking about tanking to get better positions. They're gonna look at we'll never make the playoffs. We're just gonna tank.
And
so
we're gonna be
factor that in. And we're not even getting to the trade deadline where teams are gonna just, wholesale players, and be worse than what they are. You know what I mean? So factor that in.
It's I so agree with you, CP. Like we still literally have half, a little bit more than half the season to go, and all the moves aren't made yet. This, that, and the other. Like, we not making the playoffs while we in the playoffs right now. Like, I feel like that's such a slap in the face to what the effort is that the team has been doing. Like, oh, we talking about bad shooting. Yeah. Hold up, ghetto. Hold up. Relax. You got to talk, right? Like, with all the bad scoring and the bad shooting, we talk about, you know what our season average is? Our scoring average is 103 points a game. That's our season average. You know what we scored yesterday? Somebody tell me.
103, 104, right around there.
112.
Exactly. Like we're beating teams bringing down their season averages. That's that's how we've been winning. That's how we've been winning, and we've been successful at it. The reason why we lose games is not because we can't keep teams under their season averages, is because we can't score to ours.
We play one of the slowest paces in the league.
Yeah, because of our defense. They can't do nothing
because of our offense.
But it's like I've been saying all pod. It's
as we should be, by the way. We should
bring us somebody. Bring us some, and this is why I'm so much on the boogie train. Bring us somebody that's giving us even 6 to 8 dependable points a game. Because even with bad games by Randle and bad shooting games by Randle and RJ, we're losing games by one shot.
Good point.
Yeah,
bro.
Nobody's arguing those points.
We're beating the brakes off of teams like the Bucks and Boston by 30.
Indiana.
By
Utah
30.
Jazz.
Come on, man. Yo, we're gonna make the playoffs. The question is, at what seed do we make the playoffs at? I feel like we right now have a team that's geared up for between the 6th and 8th spot.
Hey,
right
so,
now,
so let
as
me
we
ask.
have standing.
So let
I
me
do
ask
not believe that Leon Rose is done working. I have zero belief that we are not seeing any more moves for the rest of the season.
Okay. Hey, so let me ask this. Hey, the entertainer, how good are you on time? I'm not pressing you, right?
I go for another 15 minutes.
Okay, excellent. I just wanted to make sure we were straight.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Because Keith said, you know me, I'm gonna be quick. Keith, I am so
You're never
impressed
quick.
with this team. Pause. I am so impressed with this team.
Damn.
I am so happy to be a Knicks fan right now. This is one of the greatest seasons that I have. I just want to be realistic about the basketball that I'm watching every night. I have not missed a Knicks game. I was on vacation and ordered a package so I could watch the game. And my wife watched with me. I have not missed a game. The scoring droughts we go through.
Shout out to the missus.
Yo, Kim, what up, baby? Don't start mentioning my wife's name either, CP.
You did it. I was just giving you a what
I
up.
know.
Respect.
The CP will be like, go tell Bob.
No, I ain't gonna cross the line, man.
No,
I know you. I know you said 1,000 times.
We do not.
I know you said 1,000 times you from Newark, man. I ain't trying to get shot.
or get my car stolen.
There you go. Yeah.
I know I'm dressed like Bumpy, but do it look like I'm going to shoot anybody?
I just don't want bodies in my trunk. That's all.
No, but I'm happy with this Knicks team. I'm so excited where it's going. I love the system that Tibbs is putting in. It's winning basketball. But Tibbs is trying to send a message to the front office. Give me players that fit this system. Don't be drafting people and then for the fans to tell me develop, blah, blah. I'll develop, but I'm going to develop them in this system. I'm not changing off of this. This is how I'm going to play. It's Bill Parcells-esque. It's Phil Jackson-esque. It's some of the top mentalities of the coaches. Pat Riley. I'm putting people in this system. This is how we play basketball. And what I'm saying is we don't have a lot of players that fit the system right now. I just don't think it's going to, what we've done so far is not sustainable, but I'm so happy with what I'm seeing to date. I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth. I'm sorry.
So I have a question for Chuck B and for the entertainer, right? For both of y'all. Because in my mind, I think I'm going to get divergent answers. But at the same time, I do feel like they're going to be crisp and clear, right? So how do y'all feel about this Knicks team making a playoff push with a young core of guys, mostly 26 and under, that are going to be here for the foreseeable future? And I mean, Randle, RJ, Quickly, Obi, Mitch, and say others. What's your comfort level with this team? With seeing that this team right now in the 7th spot in the East with the Sacramento Kings flying across country to play us on Thursday night. So how do y'all feel about this team?
I don't think we're going to make a playoff push. We beat one good team this whole month, which is Portland. Right. Other than that, who was the good teams? We ain't beat no other good teams this month. Just Portland, and I feel the schedule's about to get tight on us, and the losing is gonna pile up. The young core. I do believe teams are starting to figure out quickly. So that takes away our bench points, right? Because he was big for scoring off the bench. So once you take that away, we're going to drop even further because we relied on the bench because the starters were struggling to score. And then the bench would come in and give us that uplift. So once you take that away, the balance is just bad. So I see us falling under deeply to the point where over 10 games under 500 to finish the season. I think it's going to get bad, and a lot of people are going to be blaming Tibbs or whoever, but I think it's just the roster. So prepare for it, Keith. Don't say I didn't. Don't say a wise man didn't warn you.
Yo, you said we wouldn't be where we at right now, though. So
right. Hey,
you already none for none, Chuck.
No.
Let's hope. Well, we'll see if this one comes through, because like what you've said about the team being losers hasn't come to fruition yet.
Right. Let me.
And you've been saying it all season, Chucky.
Whoa, Keith.
Let me get Chuck to finish so we can go to the entertainment, because I think we may be running up against against time. So Chuck, so you feel like this is going to get a lot worse before it gets better?
It's going to get a lot worse, and I wouldn't call 15 and 17 being winners. You know what I'm saying? We
is in the East.
It's a losing record. We got a losing record. That means
only 3 teams in the East have a winning record. Then okay, then we good. We're good.
So that's like going up against. Last year we was.
That's like going up against numbers and facts.
Yeah, all right. That's what I'm about to do. Like last year we was 4-18. So this year we're still under 500. So we're good. You comparing bad numbers to come up with a good result? No, we're still bad. We're still a bad team.
I wish I had an accountant in the place in the house to let you know that all numbers are not the same. Let me move this to
we're still a bad team.
That's a cheap jab, Freezy.
Yeah, so no. What I'm saying is they need to respect the accountant in the role. You know what I'm saying?
I think this team has gotten over the first 32 games. They've maxed out their talent. Like, I think they've gotten as much out of this team as you could hope for. I did not think they'd be here. I thought they might be 10 and 20. What are they right now? They're 15 and 17, maybe 10 and 22, 11 and 21. I didn't think that Randle would step up as much as he has. I think we have the type of coach that gets the most out of the talent. The question now is, as this schedule gets harder, because it's going to, we've definitely hit a soft part of our schedule. We got to beat up on these next 5 games. We got to go at least 3 and 2. You got to get to 18 and 19 at the break. You got the Pistons twice. You've got the Kings now, and then you got 2 challenge games with the Pacers and Spurs. They got to be 18 and 19 at the break, and then you see what you got coming out. And maybe it's my, seeing how this team has fallen apart in the past, skeptic side of me that worries that if we do not bring in another piece at the deadline, which I think we're gonna, from the things that you've heard, it sounds like the Knicks are going to be aggressive in trying to improve this team. It's a question of how aggressive are they going to be? Who are they willing to part with to bring in impact players to try to help out this roster? But I do have my doubts that we could duplicate what we did in the first half if we keep this team as is. I don't know if Randle can give me another 23, 11, and 6 with the efficiency that he's put up over the first half of the season in the second half. I don't know if he can. He might be able to, but that's asking a lot, especially with the minutes that he's logging. He's playing 37 minutes a game. I think if they get some more help, they could be a playoff team, but I do think the roster currently is constructed. I have my doubts. I think they're going to be in the playing game, though. I think they're going to be no worse than the 10 seed.
So what type of help are you talking about?
They need a legitimate shooter. They need a guy that can stretch out the floor. They need a legitimate shooter.
Is JJ Redick it? Is JJ Redick it?
I don't know. He's not playing great this year, but if he could shoot at an efficient rate, it would definitely help. But
Buddy Hield. What about Buddy Hield?
Randle shooting more threes than JJ Redick. Like, that's just not like. Yeah, I'm not bringing somebody in who's like.
He's not a big difference maker. He's not a big difference maker.
So you need a big difference maker like a Buddy Hield.
I don't know. Maybe Oladipo. Maybe someone like that. If you could get him on a really cheap deal. I don't want him. He's a free agent next year. But I'm just saying. I think they need that for me to definitively say that this is a playoff team. But I definitely think they could make it. I just worry about them breaking that over the second half. Quickly's got to regain himself too. Quickly can't keep playing like he's been playing the last 7-8 games where defenses are starting to figure him out. I think they could make it, but I'm definitely not on the train of thought that they're definitely going to make it. I'm kind of like, I like where we're at. This year was never about playoffs for me to begin with. I wanted to see growth. I wanted to see this team mature. We've seen that. I think we finally have as a coach as fans. And that's the other thing. I don't want to go too far that way either. Kind of like Knicks fans try to do with quickly, like they did with Knox, like I said earlier, where I'm saying, oh, this is definitely a playoff team where you set this team up for failed expectations. And if they come back to what the talent says on the back of the basketball card in the second half, then people are starting to get on Tibbs. They're starting to get on quickly. They're starting to get on Barrett. I think we also got to be realistic and say, yeah, if we could continue to play the way we have in the first half, we could be a playoff team, but we may come back a little bit. We may come back a little bit down to earth if we do not get a little more help on this basketball team. So regardless of what happens the rest of the year, I think the Knicks are in a really good place. I don't want them to screw any of this up. I don't want them to try to take shortcuts like they did with Carmelo Anthony in the past, keep this young core together, continue to evaluate them, improve, and then next year is when I start to be a little bit more aggressive if I'm the New York Knicks. I start to make some moves to try to put this team over the top.
All right. Hey, man. So thank you for coming on, man. I appreciate you. Right.
I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Hey, man. So just wanna say in front of you and others, hey, man. So you and that cat Sam Russell from Nothing But Knicks helped me get through a rough stretch in my life. Y'all didn't realize it at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to, get into it because it was like a lot of personal stuff. You know what I'm saying? And brother, I had some issues going on. And y'all legit talked to me in strange hours of the night when I looked like the boogeyman on camera. And I know sometimes we would be talking and y'all would be like, yo, this cat is mad strange. What's going who is this dude? Big Freezy. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Why is he sitting in the dark and all that stuff? So I appreciate the fact that y'all reached out to me, man, and allowed me to hang out with y'all when I was trying to work my way through some personal issues. And since that time, I've seen both of you guys, like you and Sam Russell and y'all channels, blow up like wildfire. And so what I want to do is encourage all of the folks that come here to listen to us banter and talk Knicks stuff, and Mets stuff. Go check out the Entertainer. Subscribe to his channel because the content is dope. His crowd is dope and loyal. You do not see a chat as loyal as what the Entertainer has, man, and it makes for dope entertainment, right? Hey, so Entertainer, do you have anything coming up that we should plug before you get out of here?
I mean, Nick, in terms of Nick, the Giants content's kind of slow right now. Obviously, that's the majority of my channel, but that's kind of slow right now, probably until, the first week of March. And then we're going to get into free agency and then the draft. But I do all the play-by-play for the Knicks games. I do occasional Knicks videos if you guys want to check it out. But Freezy, man, I definitely love to come back on. Sometimes it doesn't fit my schedule, but I see that you're growing your channel. You're doing a great job. Yeah, man, you definitely got a very entertaining chat. You guys are going back and forth at it. I'm sure it's entertaining for the viewing audience.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I had a pleasure coming on. Thank you for having me on. And I'm glad to see that you're growing your YouTube channel, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, so thank you, man. I appreciate that coming from.
Let's go Mets, by the way. I know you're a Mets fan.
Let's go freaking Mets. How about that?
We're having a hell of an offseason.
Yes. Man, listen. So if we land a third baseman, bro. If we land and if baseball decides to do a DH where we can have we can have Pete Alonso DH and Dom Smith at first. We can upgrade defense at first base and have power out of that DH spot. A right-handed bat in between all the left-handed bats that we have. But bro, I'm telling you, I think we can be top 10 offense, top 10 pitching.
Defense, we got a really good team.
Defense, not so much, maybe.
Well, we upgraded a lot defensively at shortstop, obviously with Lindor.
Oh, definitely.
Rosario was horrible.
And that catcher, because
James catcher with McCann.
Yeah.
And our outfield defense is not good as the starters, but the backups we brought in. Pilar is really good with the glove.
Right.
So we'll see.
Almora is great.
Almora is good with the glove too.
Yep.
So, and I thought we brought in some really good starting pitchers. Carrasco was a sneaky good pickup.
Yep.
And Walker. So, and hopefully we get Syndergaard back sooner than later. But and the bullpen, we got to worry a bit about the bullpen. But I'm super excited about the Mets roster. I think we're going to the playoffs this year, and hopefully the Knicks do as well. But regardless, I'm confident that all three of my teams are trending in the right direction. That's the Knicks, the Mets, and the Giants.
tell your people to be patient with Daniel Jones, right? Tell your people to be patient with them because I jump in the chat sometimes and they are savage, man. They do not believe.
Giants fans are like Knicks fans. Same thing with RJ Barrett. Same thing with Daniel Jones. They want results.
Yep. But they have to be patient, man, because you can't walk the ball out there to Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't make Golden Tate stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of and people forget that it's a COVID season with a rookie head coach and a transition to a new coaching staff, and they blame Daniel Jones for COVID, new coaching staff, and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. Daniel Jones definitely got set up for failure this year. There's no doubt about it. He didn't do as much as we would have liked as Giants fans, but he, especially after Barkley went down, everybody discounts that. Everybody just thinks Wayne Gallman just replaced Saquon Barkley. No, just the respect. Even if you even look at the Pittsburgh game, first game of the year, Barkley didn't do anything, but just the respect that he commands, the fact they have to stack the box, makes Daniel Jones' life so much easier. So I think getting Barkley back is going to really help this passing game next year.
Right, and that improved offensive line, you are going to see a special Saquon Barkley behind an improved offensive line. I watched the Giants. And I ain't gonna hold you. I just want to say this one thing, man. You saw the Giants' offensive line look terrible against the Steelers early on, and the Bears.
Yeah.
But at the snap, the Bears linebackers were a foot away from Saquon Barkley, where he couldn't get out of the backfield, and they progressed. They got incrementally better throughout the season. So I'm telling Giants fans, hold on, man. Let your young guys grow. You know what I mean? Don't take the fruit off the vine when they're not ripe. Okay, just be patient. You have a young quarterback on a very friendly quarterback contract, right? Because there's going to come a day when he's going to get paid, and all your salary cap money is going to be gone, unless you get another young quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And so just be patient, Giants fans. This year might be the year. And just wanted to say just one more thing, man, before we go and I bring the guys back on. So for those that follow the entertainer over here and y'all see the teddy bears and stuff over my shoulder, hey, don't sleep on Uncle Freezy. I'm really a macho dude, but when it comes to Miss Mocha, the missus, I let her have her way, right? So don't, you see teddy bears and stuff in the back, don't sleep. That's not a prop. I'm just using her room to broadcast from. So anyway. Tip of the cap to the entertainer, man. Thank you for coming through. Your channel is special, bro. And I'm shouting you out everywhere I can.
I appreciate you for having me on, Freeze. I really do.
Hey, thank you. And thank you for coming on, man. And sooner or later we have to schedule some time for you to come back on because I think our video chat loves to interact with you.
Hey man, anytime, man. Anytime you want to have me on, talk some Knicks. If it fits my schedule. Would love to do it, man. I had a great time with all you guys today, so I appreciate everybody. Thank you, guys.
All right, man.
Good Much love, man.
Be good, guys.
All right,
go Mets.
Let's go Mets.
Yeah.
Go home, man.
Yeah. Oh, come on, man.
I like his basketball takes, but his taste in football is just terrible.
Right. Hey, and so again, I have to say to the video chat to everybody. Sometimes I have to ISO the guests. Y'all know what it is. It ain't a sign of disrespect. It's just, and sometimes I have to have the two-way conversation.
Thank you. No, thank you very much because Brad, his bow tie was distracting me.
So on that note,
I'm gonna get you right, Brad. Yo, they don't got Dr. J's in Newark no more?
Dr. J's.
Dr. J's?
Wow.
What is this? VIM. VIM.
I haven't been to Dr. J's or VIM like over
12 years old.
Alexander's.
You looking for Buster Brown? What are you saying?
And see, but Free Keith and Chuck, he really thought he was being cool with that. Like he really thought he was about to nail that, yo.
Right.
I did know that.
I was with you, CP. I was with you.
Hey,
my mom used to take me down. What was it? Broad Street, Market Street. What was them streets?
Market
For
Street,
school.
definitely Market.
Yeah, for school shopping, man. Yeah, man. I know that. We used to walk by the drug dealers and all that stuff. It was probably you guys.
Come on. I'll be taking those stab in my city, bro.
If you got your school clothes from a VIM, you lived in the hood.
I did.
Yo,
I did.
so what are you trying to do? You trying to buy some green and white leather spot belts?
Look, I got a whole.
He's trying to get some Sauconys, but he was fancy. He got the lottos. So he can have different colors.
You can take that. You can change the logos with different colors.
Right. And fat shoelaces. and the fatties. You know what I'm saying? What you trying to do? You trying to rock the spot belts for some Vascos? That's what you trying to do?
Mark.
Yeah. You trying to rock some pinstripe leaves?
AJ's and overlaps.
The two tones.
AJ's and overlaps.
He never made it to cross colors.
Playboy.
He wasn't getting cross colors at VIM. He wasn't getting cross colors at VIM. You had to go
Playboys.
to
British Knights.
Yo,
I had British Knights. I had the burgundy
you going to
ones.
buy you some troops?
I had troops too.
Now he definitely came downtown Newark to get his name belt with his name on it. He definitely did that.
I went to the Naughty by Nature store. It was expensive.
I used to have an accounting firm on Halsey Street. Shout out Ben Rock. That's my man. You never see my naughty game. I'm still in touch with Ben Rock.
Oh wow!
He's go online, yo. He's still what you call. He's not a Knicks fan, but we bring him on here. But
we need to bring him on because the best thing he ever did, the best thing Ben Rock ever did, was put them two chicks together to sing. With some two girls. You remember the two girls that used to sing?
That wasn't Ben Rock. That was KG. You talking about Zane? Everybody, move your body. Let's do it.
They didn't like each other, but they were singing for the money.
Yeah, that was you confusing KG with Ben Rock.
My bad, man. My bad. I ain't mean it. I'm from Jersey City, so you know what I'm saying. I'm from Jersey City. Shout out to cats from the hood.
Shout out to Chilltown.
Yeah. Shout out to people that lived on my street. The light skinned dude from Riff.
You lived in Greenville? Where you lived in Jersey City?
Greenville, yes. On the
hill. You was in the Ville. You was in the hood.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, you was in the hood. I lived in Greenville too. I lived on Cambridge.
Wow. I lived on Van Nostrand. I lived on Woodlawn. What else? Fulton.
Freeze, you have to come back. Jersey City is the most gentrified city in all of North.
I lived in Jersey City. As a grown up, I had to move to New York. Actually, I moved. That's when I left Jersey City to go to Greece. But I tell you what, I'd live in Jersey City. Yo, Jersey City's all right.
Yeah, my man lived on the water. He moved from Manhattan to Jersey City, still on the water. His rent dropped $2,000.
So he lived in the Port Liberty area. In the Port Liberty area, you remember all the down there? They mowed all of that down and put up housing.
No, they put high rises and they build high rises quicker in Jersey City than they do.
Best views of the city, best views of Manhattan is coming from right there, and they cheaper.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta get back.
That Jersey City waterfront.
Yeah,
I got to salute.
Yeah, Hey, so Miss Mocha won't let me move back. You know what I'm saying? She's like, yo, you got this land down here in the country where our dog can go outside and run around and chase butterflies, and the house paid off, and you got you could go buy you a little car every 2 weeks or whatever, like from the auction or whatever it is, buy you a little joint to work on, and you want to give up all of this to go to Jersey City.
Can I ask you something, Freezy? Freezy.
Nah, maybe not. What's that?
What was the Jersey City high school? You had like 3 high schools, am I correct?
Man, it's like 1,000 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me ask you something. Which was the one that had graffiti on every wall in there?
Snyder. You talking about Snyder? It's Snyder, Lincoln, Dickinson, Maris.
Dickerson.
That's where I went. That's why.
Okay, I had a fight in Dickerson with my own teammate,
right,
in the locker room. We went in there, right? It was, I don't even know why it was like a Friday night game, whatever. We went in there. We were getting like heckled, whatever.
Of course.
Came in. Me and my teammate, we got into some type of argument on the bench. We went to the locker room at halftime. He had some words. I had some words. We're fighting. We're fighting in halftime in the locker room. Right. We come out. They hear that we're fighting. They want beef with us because we're fighting with ourselves in our own locker room.
But it's Jersey City. It's Jersey City. Like it's Jersey City. Like soon as cats, like legit, no lie. I saw a dude on my street, a dude on my street, right? A dude stepped on this dude's shoe. You know how big the sidewalk is. How big the sidewalk is. A dude stepped on another dude's shoe on the sidewalk, right? The sidewalk big. The dude took it as mad disrespect. All this room out here, you gonna step on my foot? So they start fighting. They hit up, dude slammed dude on a car. And dude was like, yo, get that dude off my car. So he come down and he beefing with them two because they fighting on his car. So the dude is like, stop fighting in front of my house. The dude come downstairs. He fighting with the dude that the dude slammed on the car. So it was like 4 dudes fighting. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. The 2 dudes fighting. Y'all just fighting y'all just like to fight. That's what this is. Y'all was looking for a reason to throw them hands. And the fact that the dude is fighting in front of your door is reason enough for you to come downstairs and throw them hands. That's Jersey City. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that y'all was fighting, as soon as they heard fight, they didn't care what. They like, yo, I'm in it. I'm from Jersey City.
Yeah, my coaches, they were fearing for their life in that high school. It wasn't Dickerson. It was something else. I can't remember because it was.
Was it academic?
Over 30 years ago, huh?
Was it St. Aloysius? Was it St. Anthony's?
No, I want to say
academic.
It started with a B. Barrington? No.
Ferris?
No, he might have been
Ferris. I think it was.
He might have. You sure it wasn't Barringer?
Because that's in Newark.
Barringer.
That's in Newark.
Brick City.
Yeah, that's
North side.
It wasn't Barringer. Was it Barringer?
Oh, okay. Was it blue and white? Was the colors blue and white?
It was the last game I ever played in high school too.
Wow.
So then me and Sean, we fought again that Monday, and it was a warning. My coach was like, "Hey, if you guys continue this, somebody's going to get kicked off the team." It ended up being me. I believe it was James Ferris. I believe it was, and that was the last game I ever played.
Ferris. He said Ferris.
Yeah, it was Ferris. It was Ferris. James Ferris.
Okay. Yeah, it was, because Ferris is on a part of town where it's mostly Hispanic. Is that where? Yeah,
no,
that might have been.
It was black back in the day.
Yeah, no, it's black on the basketball team, on the track team.
No. I mean the whole. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. They were green. Yeah.
Green and yellow, right? Green and yellow. Yep. That's Ferris. Yeah, and Dickinson is maroon and white. Snyder's black and orange. Lincoln is blue and white. St. Anthony's is maroon and white. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So shout out to Jersey City, man. I love y'all. If anybody in the chat from Jersey City, man, throw your hands up, man, for Jersey City.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got real quick to Brad. You know where my stomping ground in Newark was? I'm embarrassed that I was ever going to this spot. The Edge.
The Edge.
Yeah, the Edge. It was right off the highway, right off of Route 9. Let's see if I got.
Oh, he down on McCarter Highway. What, some little club?
Yeah.
Right off McCarter Highway.
A bunch of Latin Kings. A lot of Latin Kings.
That's closer to North. That's closer to North. Yeah, the landscape changes once you get down by Penn Station.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Newark, by the way. Newark has come a long way since Sharp James. You know what I'm saying? Newark has come.
James, yo.
Yeah, Newark has come a long way since Sharp James, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But the people in Newark, the old people in Newark love them, yo.
They still love him. He can come back and right now.
Yeah.
He's
so much dirt. Like,
he's our Marion Barry. Everybody around Sharp James with the jail but Sharp.
Yeah.
I met Sharp James. I met him at the at a freaking Jets game. I went to the Jets game. I went to the bathroom early, right during halftime, and I take my pee. Seeing this dude come in, I say, "Hey,
man, did you wash your hands?"
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah, I was about to say. You said, "Yo, I take my pee and then I hug Sharp James." I'm like, "Yo."
You should ask him Sharp.
I was on my way to wash my hands, and I saw
and
Sharp
James. Like, who was this 6'9" dude coming to? This 6'9" dude coming out the top.
Listen,
okay,
listen.
Okay.
So I said, "Hey, aren't you Mayor Sharp James?" He says, "Yeah, I'm the mayor that they beating up on."
Yeah.
Well, he keeping it stacked tall. Well, he keeps it a stack tall. Raz Baraka,
and he was wearing a crispy leather jacket, you know what I mean, with all the teams on it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was my only meeting with Sharp James.
Well,
and the
we
mayor,
had to get rid of
the mayor
Cory
today.
Booker. We had to send him on the Senate. We got a homegrown guy now, Raz Baraka, good community-based guy.
I was about to segue to that. I remember Raz back when I was doing poetry in Newark. He was, you know, in the little spots, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to get my, knowledge of self on, you know what I'm saying, back in my college days. And he was walking, he was up in there. And his whole family, they were important, you know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Newark, while you sleep in Newark is very deep and historic in that knowledge community, right? Newark is mad deep, deeper than Jersey City. You know what I'm saying? You know, Jersey City is deep into it too. Shout out to my man Born Supreme who kind of helped kind of guide me. But Newark though,
it's actually a shame that Newark isn't a more prominent city in New Jersey, because it was once upon a time like the preeminent city in New Jersey. Like cats would leave New York to come and shop and entertainment in Newark before Martin Luther King got shot. Like before that time, like Newark was popping.
Newark was popping. You remember the
riots and the white flight after like Martin Luther King got killed and they had those riots and the white flight, like all the white people left Newark.
Right.
Dude, it has never regained, like literally the state hasn't invested in Newark like they should have. It became like 80% hood. Like it's a shame because Newark is the biggest city in the whole state. Like Newark should be popping.
We still have empty lots that'll burnt down from the 60s, from the riots.
They giving away
still have empty lots.
They giving away property to developers in Newark, like, but they won't develop it because nobody's gonna come here to live.
Right. But Newark has to. Well, I ain't gonna get into the political side of it. Let's just say that Newark is definitely a hidden gem. Right. Some beautiful people. When you talk to some people from Newark that have that experience because the rumor is that the cats that assassinated Malcolm X, they went and hid out, or they may have been
from the mosque. They
may have been.
It was supposedly may have been from a Newark mosque.
Right, may have been. And so I don't want to speak.
Shout out to Bradford Street. Shout out to Bradford Street.
And so I don't want to.
Listen,
I don't want to speak that as if it's fact. Right, but the point I was getting at is the community was trending towards a sense of an enlightenment that you don't see in cities the size of Newark, New Jersey, right? Yeah, I mean, you can expect it in a New York City, you know what I'm saying, with 11 million people, you can kind of see that. But to have Newark be comparable is something, right? So there's something to be said to that, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, y'all, I got to wrap this up, man, so I can get me something to eat. The conversations, as usual, were dope.
Always.
I'm glad when we can speak to a conversation, end it, and move on to another, you know what I'm saying, conversation, like continue it. Like people didn't even notice because it was so fluid today. Like we spoke about all these different topics, and each topic, one person or two people jumped in and guided the conversation so that others can contribute. The beautiful thing with that is most of the people watching didn't even notice. They thought we were just chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? And we were. in a sense. I'm gonna say I'm a bid adieu to the beautiful people in the video chat, virtual chat. Y'all been on fire. Don't think I didn't see y'all today. We had a visitor, a guest in the house. Don't think I didn't see y'all. I saw y'all. I saw the stuff y'all was putting. Hey, keep on keeping on. As far as the channel goes, I put some polls up on the Lawrence Tears YouTube page. I want you to go check those out. Just as an example of what the polls look like. So one poll question is, what new Lawrence Tears show are you looking forward to the most? And the options are Knicks Freestyle with Free Keith and Ghetto Intellect, Knicks Versus with Chuck B, and the Pick and Roll podcast with Hoodie Kev and Uncle Freezy. Another example is, what Lawrence Tears debate league matchup are you anticipating the most this Saturday night? Chuck B versus Jonathan JD, Tony Crow versus Hoodie Kev, Josh aka Uncle Fulio versus Mo, and there are other options. So check out the Lawrence Tears YouTube page to check out to participate in those polls. Again, the guests were dope, fellas. Thank you.
Can one point freeze before you go? 30 seconds, not even.
Yeah.
So Free Keith, they said I'm hearing the night crew wants smoke against me and you. So it would be, I believe he said Chuck B and Rob the Nick versus me and you. Here's the problem, Free Keith. They have infighting. They have infighting. Like, boy, let me tell you something. They're supposed to take us on. They went on hours last night trolling each other. I don't think they prepared for the matchup, and I'll leave that there.
Man, I peeped those savages from the side. They're just uncouth. Like, I don't know if my civility is.
You hit us, Chuck B. Chuck B. You hit us.
I don't know if my civility is built for the savagery that.
So what I'm told,
I'll check.
What I'm told is Rob the Nick and Chuck B will dust up the college boys. That's what I'm told.
Who's the college boys?
You two.
Look, I don't make up this stuff.
Yo,
I don't make this stuff.
People still smoking crack. Y'all ain't see Pookie. Y'all still smoking crack.
Hey man, all I'm saying is the word on the street is that Rob the Nick and Chuck B will dust up the college boys. Right. And so I don't want to have this happen. I don't want this mess. Like y'all just want to do unsanctioned bouts. Whatever. Y'all just like somebody just pick out somebody. I don't like the way Ghetto Intellect is right all the time. I feel like I'm better than him. Put us together, Uncle Freezy. No, that ain't how it works. That ain't how it works.
Yo,
you know what I'm saying?
Yo, G.I., just let me know. Give me the kite. Send me a kite when we gotta go to work. Like, let me know. When we gotta go to work, let me know. Let me know.
Keith, I think Ghetto's your weak link, man. Because he's
don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do it, man. He been talking crazy, man.
Don't do that.
Well, drop that intellect off his name.
Why you gotta do that, CP? Like, don't do that.
Real.
All I'm gonna say is this, man. Don't sleep on Chuck B in this debate arena. That's all I'm saying.
We know how Chuck is coming. We know what direction Chuck is coming from. We know
Chuck gonna be like, first of all, you fat and your point is wrong. You know what I'm saying? And he like,
that's the Dame Dash of this. That's the Dame Dash of this.
Chuck is definitely the Dame Dash of the whole joint, yo. Definitely.
Hey, so Chuck B, I don't want this to happen. so what I'm gonna ask is that I'm gonna respectfully decline this thing because I don't want you putting pause on Free Keith. Right?
Say what?
Because
wait, hold on.
Hey, everybody! Thank everybody for checking in today, man. I appreciate y'all.
Oh, where are we gonna leave it? Ain't nobody putting pause on Free Keith. I tell you that right now. Hold that.
No, hold up though. But I just want to straighten out something that Free Keith said. Because
here we go. We starting already.
Oh, yeah.
Nah.
Here we go. The
Nah. It's light work, but
light work.
No. But you said I was wrong about stuff already, But what I did say was the Knicks wouldn't win 30 games.
No, he said that. He said that. I didn't say that.
No, I'm talking to Keith.
I'm
talking to Keith.
Why, B? Why are you talking to Free Keith? I told you I don't want Keith.
No, I've been waiting to say this. I've been waiting to say this. Yeah. So that's still in play. They're not going to win 30 games. And also, you were the person that said Mitch was better than Randle. So I'm gonna just leave it there.
Wow. Okay. As much as you hate people twisting your words, I can't believe you just did that. I said, and by the numbers, because of win share,
more impactful to winning.
More impactful.
Yes.
I didn't. So stop that. And it was the truth. Yes. He helped us win more than Randle.
Okay. All right.
Dog,
you said that.
We are not Free Keith.
My fault. I misquoted you. I misquoted you.
If we're gonna fight, Chuck, let's fight fair. Let's fight fair.
No doubt. I don't like people lying on me. Yo, Horse Vibe's a liar. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't appreciate when he lied on me, so I don't want to lie on other people. So I take back that.
Anybody but you, Chuck. I can take it from anybody
but you. Yeah. So I misquoted you, but to me, it still means that he's better because you was winning. He affects winning more.
Was Shaq a better basketball player than Kobe?
Yes.
Oh,
better at basketball than Kobe?
Oh
yes.
my God.
Okay, I'm leaving. I'm leaving right now.
Wait, don't leave, Keith. Don't leave, Keith. Yo, Freezy.
I can't have no conversation with people who
Yo, Freezy, you trying to David Fizdale, Free Keith, and GI and CP. Don't hold them back. You gotta let them in the league.
No.
You trying to Fizdale them.
Yo. Nope. Shaq was way more impactful probably as a singular player than Kobe, but Kobe was obviously a better basketball player.
No.
Oh my God.
I can't freeze it. I know you normally try to cause trouble, but do it on rational terms. Like, come on, be rational, bro.
And he's gonna end the show.
Do you see?
No way in the world. There's nobody in basketball lore that would say at the game of basketball, Shaq was better than Kobe. There was nobody that would say that.
Who's the most dominant at their position?
Dominance is different than better.
Wait, no, this is only one part. Who was more dominant at their position? Shaq.
Kobe.
Who had
Shaq was more dominant at his position. Kobe was dominant, but Shaq was way more dominant at his position. And that was his basketball skill. Dominance. Being big and being fast. There is no amount of skill that's going to get you around being big and being fast.
Right. So
that's going to make you more impactful.
So Kobe Bryant wasn't big for his position.
He was average.
No, 6'6", 210 is not average. Shooting guard.
What are you talking about? For shooting guard, yes. How tall was Allen Houston? 6'5". How tall was Michael Jordan?
Michael Jordan 6'6".
Dude, like, what are you? That makes no sense. Even if he was 6'7", even if he was
Glenn Rice 6'9".
How tall was Del Curry? Shooting guard. How tall was Jeff Hornacek? Shooting guards of their era. Kobe Bryant was bigger than guards of his era.
So you're telling me that Ray Allen was 6'5". Kobe Bryant was bigger than other guards.
Jordan was 6'6". Jordan was 6'6" as well.
Kobe Bryant was bigger than other guards in a bigger percentage than Shaq was bigger than other bigs. That's what you're saying.
You mean so you're saying the proportion.
Shaq was literally a water buffalo that could run at top speed. You're bugging.
A mammoth. He said a mammoth.
How well you dribble the ball, you are not getting around that water buffalo.
Yes.
Yeah. Kobe wasn't physically dominant. Like Shaq was physically
dominant.
Is that Shaq's fault?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just talking.
Kobe kept getting better. Kobe took his game to different levels.
To make the point that I was discussing with Chuck, that yes, a player can be more dominant, but not be the best player. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if somebody was just 7'4", big and lumbering, but you put them in the paint, nobody's scoring around them.
So based
like, nobody's scoring around him. Offensively, if I can't jump higher than you, but you can still be less basketball skilled than me, all people gonna do is just throw the ball up and let you dunk the ball.
Hey, these two dudes are on the same team that goes to the finals, right? They win 3 straight finals, right? Who wins finals MVP?
So he played against the Nets. The Nets, the biggest center was what's it, that light-skinned dude that looks like
Eric Coleman
Williams.
Jason Williams.
Derek Williams. Oh yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, and the dude that came out of he died. Rest in peace. And the dude that came out the closet. That was who Shaq was going up
Coleman,
against.
the twin. He was a twin. The twins. Yeah.
Yeah, the dude that came out the closet. That was who was
Collins.
Of course, that was like a default. That was default.
Right. Y'all making mad arguments the other way. It sounds like excuses to me.
Wait. And when
This wasn't even
Shaq
that
went
type
to
of situation. This wasn't even that.
He's an instigator. He's an instigator.
Yo, when Shaq went to the Heat, what did he do
you twisted it. You twisted this whole thing because it wasn't even that kind of situation.
CP, listen. I need for this to be more organized. So I need one of y'all to get a trash bag and go around this room and collect all these excuses so that we can pull them out all at one at a time. One at a time. That's what because I'm making legit points and y'all are coming up with a lot of excuses.
No, we're not. We're making facts.
It's reality. Like, in fact, like bringing it back to what Chuck was discussing with me, and this is a point. This is a topic, or I should say, a point I made months and months ago. But it was that by the numbers, if you look at our win share numbers from last season, by far, Mitch has the highest win share percentage.
Right.
So our minimal wins, he was the most important factor for. That stat does not say that person is the best basketball player on the team. It just says that they helped the team win the most. Of course, that's a better basketball player than him. Of course, RJ is a better basketball player than Mitch. I'd even give Knox being a better basketball player than Mitch.
Hey, so
that's
Chuck
not
B,
as impactful.
Chuck B, Free Keith has a lot of air in his chest right now.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? He has a lot of air in his chest right now. And so what I'm saying to Chuck B is, Chuck B, don't take this as a sign of disrespect. Just take it as my man is really into making his point. Don't take it as shade, because I know how Chuck B gonna legit go and lead to the next point. Yo, and Free Keith was like, yo, so he ain't gonna out debate me.
Yo, stop buttering this toast right now, bro. Like Freezy, I know what you're doing, brother.
Free Keith, watch this. Look, I ain't gotta butter nobody toast. I just put him out the chat.
Uncle Freezy.
I ain't gotta butter nobody toast.
Yeah, but Uncle Freezy, DMX said sometimes you gotta let the dogs fight. You gotta let the dogs fight.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the thing is, what I'm trying to say is Chuck B. Look, the ghetto intellect and Free Keith feel like they're always right, and you know what? I respect that because these dudes are thoughtful. These dudes are thoughtful, right? So what I'm saying is you and Rob the Knick. I don't know what kind of team is that. That's like the odd couple, right? One dude is super long-winded, and the other one, he's scattergun. Like Chuck B say a few words, but they pointed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what kind of team is that? One dude gonna talk for an hour, the other gonna talk for 57 seconds and be quiet.
Chuck,
I don't know what
dude. I don't know what this dude size you, bro. Like, don't
Chuck B. What I'm telling you,
I need somebody to come in here and be the anti-freezy. Anti-freeze. That's who I'm gonna be.
Uncle Freezy, you gotta let the dogs fight. Uncle Freezy, you gotta let the dogs fight. Let him out the kennel.
So what I'm telling Rob the Knick, and so I have a preference. My preference is Free Keith and Ghetto Intellect. I ain't gonna lie to you, they're my favorites. So what I'm telling Chuck B and Rob the Knick is shut up and be quiet. Don't be putting no beef out here. Don't be putting no beef out here like y'all gonna out debate the Knicks Morning Drive. Because y'all get on the Knicks at Night podcast. That's y'all joint. Y'all get on there and y'all get your little stars shining. And y'all host Stephen Fox be letting y'all eat. Like, hold up, let Chuck talk. Chuck is the star and all that stuff. I get it. And I don't have no beef with Foxy. but you ain't y'all. The two guests you got for the night show ain't better than the joints I got on the day show on no day. Period.
Wait, Uncle Freezy, what if Rob the Nick and Chuck B rush the morning show? What if they rush the morning show? Yes, he's an instigator. He's instigator.
Dog, Chop, listen, Chop. The Knicks at Night podcast was my baby. I remember starting it off, I used to do it by myself. And I would talk for like 3 hours straight for like 7
I remember watching.
You know what I'm saying? But I was like, this is my baby right here. I'm going to turn this into something. And Foxy and them dudes came along. They were like, hey, Uncle Freezy, look, you can't do this thing by yourself. You're trying to grow a family. If it's a family, let family members get the mic. Pass the mic. And I was like, no, I don't know if I want to pass this mic. And so they snatched it out of my hand and was like, yo, in order for
they KRS One you like they did with PM Dawn and threw him off the stage. Oh,
yeah. But the thing is though, but I learned a valuable lesson. I learned in order to have a family like I wanted, I had to let the brothers and sisters share the mic. So we do the next morning drive now, and we let brothers and sisters share the mic. But the cats that I have in the morning, I feel, bring a sharper edge to their points. I think the dudes at night, they're good. They're good, but they're
aggressive.
They ain't ready for the ghetto intellect, man. They ain't ready for free Keith.
Shots across the starboard valve. Oh,
right. And I know Rob the Nick. And as soon as Rob the Nick sees this, he gonna call me. He gonna blow up my phone. He like,
why you said that?
He the type of dude that's gonna keep calling you until you answer. You like, Rob, I was on the toilet, man. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna call me, be like, "Would you? Hey, I just want to talk to you for a few minutes." And you know that's gonna be 2 hours, right? About how him and Chuck will destroy Free Keith and the ghetto intellect. But I don't want to get into, man. I legit have to go get me some sleep, man, and get me something to eat.
But listen, Uncle Freezy, it's what the people want. I think the people want, and you setting it up accordingly. You are a very great instigator. You setting up accordingly because now the people, they want to see the late night versus the morning.
G.I. He is the GOAT promoter, yo. See, yo, he has Don King on it. I don't even realize it.
This is mad disrespectful. Y'all legit are just saying that I don't have any substance, that I'm just promoting some beef. So here's okay, all right. Okay, so for all the smart asses out here, I tell you what we do. I tell you what we do. Since I told y'all like 9 times today and 100 times before this, I don't want y'all debating. I legit broke up the ghetto intellect and Rob the Nick on the Knicks morning drive. I broke that up because I didn't want them going at it.
But they did it respectfully.
And a month later, y'all pushing them back up the hill. Two big horn goats. Y'all want to see them crack heads against each other. Right? Y'all want to see them and now y'all want to bring in Free Keith and Chuck B just for entertainment. Y'all want to see these dudes go at each other's throat for entertainment.
This is what the chat say. This is what the fans want.
Nobody but you said anything about
No. Because
wait.
I want to see it.
Remember the story with the crow and the snake? He did something like that inconspicuously, but he finagled it a little bit. He said, "But I'm a snake."
Right. The thing is I would show you the DMs or the text messages, right? Because cats legit. So cats take Lawrence tears seriously. Like I take it serious. But cats, man, listen, they have rituals. They plan a day around this show and the night show and the Lawrence Tears Debate League, and we have to respect that. But sometimes they take stuff too far. Sometimes they be like, they'll DM me like, "Yo, what's the beef between you and Chuck B?" And I'm like, "Beef between me and Chuck B? There is no beef. What are you talking
he gotta go to work.
But Chuck B will be missing for like, if Chuck B be missing for like 5 or 6 days, they legit think something going on with me and Chuck B. Right? And same thing with this. They like, yo, the cats in the mornings is trying to take over the channel. They think they so smart. Let Rob the Nick and Chuck B put them paws on them. And I'm defending the morning dudes. I'm like, nah, man, these dudes are smart, man. They just speak differently. And sometimes they really get into their points or whatever. They ain't trying to prove nobody wrong. They just
So you saying the guys at night are less intellectual than GI and Keith in the morning and CP?
No, what I'm saying is the dudes in the morning ain't nothing to play with. That's what I'm saying.
Knicks morning drive ain't nothing to play with.
The dudes in the morning are nothing to play with. And I tell you what, just because y'all brought it up, and this ain't me, and if it backfire, I'm blaming y'all. I'm telling you right now.
No, you started it.
I'm gonna put a poll out here. I'm gonna put a poll.
Yes, put that poll out.
I'm gonna put a poll on the Blowers Tears YouTube page.
Morning drive versus
do you want to see
at night? Yes,
in the Ghetto Intellect versus Rob the Knick and Chuck D. Do you want to see?
Listen, and CP the artist versus Kevin Wright. The Knicks at morning, the morning drive versus the Knicks at night. That should be the poll Twitter question.
And the funny thing is, oddly enough, I actually agree with a lot of Chuck's takes. That's the thing. Like that's what makes it so funny for me, because like I don't really even like disagree with Chuck like y'all do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like what y'all hate or what's hated is Chuck's delivery. You know what I'm saying? But I can totally understand the truth of most of his statements. He hardly ever gets any beef from me. That's what's so funny about all of this. Yeah.
Likewise.
That's hilarious.
Which makes great for debate,
especially on Twitter, man.
Yo, those Twitter joints, like cats really can't see. Like, they're like, oh, hit. You'll be surprised when you're not even in the room. Like, cats is like, oh, you sound like Chuck. You sound like this. You chucking out right now. Like yo, right. Cats can't handle the truth sometimes.
Yeah,
that's I feel you on that. I feel you on that.
Yeah.
It makes great for debate. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna sit back and spectate while Uncle Freezy instigate.
Nah, man.
They want everybody to be like State and JB.
Oh,
wow. I ain't even mentioning nobody that's not here. I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not even gonna do that. Because they do, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Yo, and so y'all heard me say this for like 6 weeks. I don't want certain cats debating each other on this joint, right? Because what happens to the loser, right? So if I put 4 of the GOATs in a debate battle, right? And so one side wins. What are we gonna do with the loser, right?
Will the loser get another chance to come back again and try to reclaim his?
Yeah, and so what it does though, Chop, is say the loser loses in a close battle, they're gonna want a rematch, right? And then you're gonna have 2 other teams like, yo, they wasn't that impressive and they win. I want to go. Our team want to go up against them too. And then now you got like a tag team belt that I got to put out there, and it's more work for me. I don't want
to wait their turn. You lost, yeah. You want to get back at it, but you gotta wait your turn.
For real,
it's like pickup basketball. You hit the court, your team lose. Okay, cool. You got next, but not after the guy who got next because you lost. You gotta wait until after that.
And didn't you give Kevin Wright a second chance to reclaim his belt, and this guy still took it again?
Y'all missing my point though. I'm not trying to create more work, man. I don't want to do another debate league division. So we already got Fatal 4-Way and we got the singles, right?
It's not a division though, Unc. It's the Bushwhackers. Remember the guys coming like this? Remember those dudes?
Yeah, you talking about like the Dudleys?
Yeah. Right. So the morning versus the night. That's it. The morning show needs this belt. Listen, I love the Knicks at night. I watch it when I'm working, but I think the morning we need that belt.
Chop Low just said something. He's like, yo, the morning drive don't have any belts. I wonder if that's because they're not willing to get into the arena, or they just don't have the talent.
No, it's you holding them back. You David Fizdale-ing them. You call them on the bench, you got to stop that.
Okay, well,
you might have to have separate debates in the morning.
No, Chuck B, I don't want to do more. Dog, I'm okay.
No, but the morning drive don't have it because they probably not available at night.
Right, and these guys be debating on their own even with Cornerstone, everybody be like, CP the artist, and like everybody just in the morning on their own.
Yeah, well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how things go, man. I don't want to do it. I
bet you Stephen Fox is gonna say that'd be dope. The morning drive need a belt.
Nah, we ain't
Tag
gonna do
team.
We ain't gonna do no separate belts, man, because that's too much. That means I gotta manage 2 separate leagues, and I don't want to do it. It's too much work, right? Mm-hmm. It's just.
But remember, it's not separate leagues. It's the individual who holds that belt.
But I gotta do it in the morning, though, Chop. If I'm
you could do it at night. If Keith is available one night when you set up certain days or every Saturday, he might be available.
Free Keith don't want to debate. Free Keith is a contributor, moderator.
Keith said he wanted to smoke. He said he wanted to smoke a couple of weeks ago.
You told me that I can't debate. What are you talking about?
You see?
But I understand why. But don't say that I said that. You said it. But I
remember.
Why.
Hey, this dude Chop Low is a master manipulator. You see how I keep trying to backtrack?
He learned from the best.
Exactly.
Hey man, I'm gonna get out of here, man.
Drop that intro before we go out, cause I know the fans in the chat they want to see that.
I knew Chop want to see that. Like I knew he was gonna ask for that before we walked out.
hey, so I'm gonna say peace out to everybody, and I'm gonna play the joint right quick. So
God bless everybody.
Guys, man. Blessings.
Love
Have
y'all.
a great day.
Yep.
You heard?
I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But